From the Morning Extra, getting your weekday morning started from 6 to 10 a.m.
I took this piece of audio and I was like, that's what I sounded every day. Okay? Like drunk and slurry. Yeah. Again, we're going again.
My administration is working around the clock to free the remaining hostages. And here it is today at Hirsch, Goldberg, Poland, and it's still...
Have you met my friend Rhino? Rhino, come here, I love you.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. on Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Mr. Biden heads to Italy. I'm Tom Graham, Fox News. President Biden expected to sign an agreement with Ukraine's leader. It's considered the latest signal of U.S. support amid that Russian invasion.
The security agreement expected to be signed while President Biden and President Volodymyr Zelensky are at the G7 summit in Italy does not commit U.S. troops to Ukraine's defense, but it does signal U.S. support for Ukrainians. White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan says,
making clear our support will last long into the future and pledging continued cooperation, particularly in the defense and security space.
Sullivan spoke aboard Air Force One as President Biden travels to that summit, where leaders from the leading democratic economies are also expected to sign off on tapping frozen Russian assets in Europe to help finance Ukrainian assistance. Jared Halpern, Fox News.
The Middle East tour for America's top diplomat continues today in Qatar. He's in search of a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas.
Hamas has proposed numerous changes to the proposal that was on the table. We discussed those changes last night with Egyptian colleagues and today with the Prime Minister. Some of the changes are workable, some are not.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken adds mediators still trying to close this deal. Meanwhile, Hezbollah firing a massive barrage of rockets into northern Israel after one of their top commanders was killed. 8 men who recently immigrated into the U.S. allegedly have ties to ISIS. They're now in federal custody.
U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement says 8 men arrested in New York City, Philadelphia, and Los Angeles are from Tajikistan and had been released into the U.S. after illegally crossing into the country from Mexico.
Dr. Zebin Brown there. The Federal Reserve announcing this afternoon it will hold interest rates steady for the 7th straight time. Inflation has cooled but remains persistently elevated. America is listening to Fox News.
Madame Giselle senses something big coming.
Is it a career change?
Everything looks wet.
I'm going to be a swim teacher.
There's a roof.
A swim teacher who also does roofing.
No, the roof of your RV has a leak and it's ruining the furniture.
Oh, that's okay. I'm covered by Progressive. But maybe I'm a swim teaching roofer who makes furniture.
Customize your coverage with Progressive's Roof Protection Plus and be prepared for the unexpected. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Roof Protection Plus available for RVs less than 6 years old. $250 deductible applies to any claim.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by July 31st, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. With Pete Davis, sidekick producer, sports raconteur extraordinaire, and the mechanical mangler at the controls. It's Flounder and Lucas in the back there working as our intern today.
Oh, the day I was born.
How you doing, boys? Everything all right? Mountains of Macon there. Pete Davis, yes, what's happening up there?
Did you hear?
Yeah.
What the smugglers are trying to bring through Hartsfield Airport now.
I did not hear what the smugglers are now trying to bring through Hartsfield Airport, no.
They are hiding helium balloons in their luggage.
Helium balloons in their luggage? I can't, why? What, I can't, you know.
Well, the police thought they had a handle on it, but the cases keep rising.
You know, see, I swear to God, we're just going to cut the mic, and we're not even going to. We're just.
I think we should open up each hour with one of these.
Well, apparently we are. Clearly, you guys had a freaking meeting or something. You know, God,
a listener actually asked for this one.
Oh well, Ben, whoever it was, I want to know the now. Oh dear God. I've lost control. I haven't.
You're no longer steering the ship.
I'm not. I have no command appearance.
No influence.
I thought it was only women who didn't respect me.
No, it's everybody.
That's pretty much everybody. Thank God. Well, at least I know where I stand. Anyway, good Lord. Flounder, what's new with you today, my friend, sir?
All is well on this side of the glass.
Outstanding. Well, here we go. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, it's freaking hump day. Oh, by the way, did you ever find out if that thing I asked you about the guy saying bad words on the radio VHS is checked out yet?
What time was that at?
Well, whenever I came into you...
I'll have to check. It was in the 2 o'clock hour. It was Byron Donaldson who was on Buck & Clay.
The congressman from Florida. Great guy. Yeah, that young black guy who's I think he's got a super future. He is one of the most quick-witted and intelligent commentators I've heard. When they ask him an issue or man, he has it in his head right there, ready to go. He's quick, he's smart, and he's got it right there. I mean, he's a very, very impressive young man. In fact, I don't know why he wouldn't be a great VP other than he's young. I mean, he's just like a beginner in politics. Anyway, he was being interviewed on the guys on Clay and Buck, and I swear, he said, boy, we can't believe this Shinola over here at the so-and-so. He used the S word about 9 times and just really low. Well, that's the same kind of stuff they're doing before. But I said, whoa, I swear to God, I said to Flounder, we got to play that back.
Well, let me double check first.
Anyway, so we're off. It's Wednesday, and we're on. The program has now beginneth. 3:06, almost exactly 3:21, and boom, exactly 3:06 as I speak. Now, here's a phone number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And I just realized I've got to slow. I get fired up. I don't know what's going on. I did my interview today. Sweet Bella, who's one of our new. She just got hired, right? Didn't she? She's now working with Amanda. She's officially a full-time person, right?
Yes.
She got hired. What?
Your exit interview?
It's possible. I never know for sure. Again, I think Mr. Dickey had the over-under on the year. So anyway, so she came in to do it's a weekly video for a minute and a half or 2 minutes or something. And I don't know what they do with it. Amanda,
it's on Twitter.
The president put it on Twitter. Okay. Anyway, and she started, and I hate being interviewed. I'm a terrible interviewee. I get nervous. I can't. I'm horrible. I hate talking on a microphone, which sounds fairly stupid. But anyway, so I'm getting loud and I'm fast and everything. I've got to take it easy and slow down. So that's my new thing. So that feels better already. 3:07. 404-741-1230. And now the Slow Talkers Association of America, of the United States. Sorry. I swear to God, if you haven't heard Bob and Ray with the Slow Talkers, it's a funny little 2 minutes. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Okay, here we go. We got newsy stuff. Let's start off with our condolences and passing and kind of a surprise in a long life, but still. Jerry West passed away at the age of 86. And everybody, in fact, when they were talking about it, all the news times I've heard all this morning about it, the one thing they said, Pete Davis, was the one when they mentioned Jerry West, what's the one thing you point out about Jerry West that probably everybody would realize?
He's supposedly the logo of the NBA.
Right. He was the guy who did the famous silhouette logo for the NBA logo. And I think that's true. Isn't that kind of the...
They never have admitted.
Never officially said so. But why wouldn't they? What's the problem? Is somebody else going to be offended? It's not Magic Johnson. I mean, obviously it's not Lou Alcindor back in the day, okay? I mean, geez. Anyway, so I don't know what the problem is. Anyway, Jerry West passed away at the age of 86. His wife was by his side. And let's see. We'll talk about that later on. Pete, again, he had to be one of the greatest forwards of all time, or how do you describe Jerry West?
Just part of those. When I first started following basketball, when we moved here for the Hawks and they were playing at the Alexander Memorial Coliseum, we would go to the games in 70, 71, and he would come in town with that great Lakers team of, Chamberlain and Gail Goodrich and Happy Hairston and Elgin Baylor. I just missed Elgin, But what teams they had.
Yeah. I know. Anyway, passed away at the age of 86, and our condolences and best wishes, and that's a pretty good life. 86 and a superstar, and I don't know anyone's ever said a bad thing. Although, did you ever see that Lakers HBO series on the L.A. Lakers?
A little bit.
I saw some. They
made him look stupid.
Yeah,
and he's not stupid.
I don't think. Yeah, I thought that was my impression. I didn't see him. I saw a little bit of 3 or 4 of the episodes, and actually it was interesting. I kind of enjoyed looking at it behind. Talk about how when Magic came in and there was a lot of feuding in the locker room, and I don't know how much of that was real or not.
It was fiction. It was mostly fiction.
Yeah. Anyway, but I thought that was a little that they didn't treat him as maybe as they should have. Anyway, okay. To the and another thing. We're going to talk about UFOs here shortly too. And I think, I believe this. I believe everything about it. I think they're probably right, and we'll find out. Also, still going after that slime bag attorney general, that little pimpy, smarmy little geek from Merrick Garland. And now they're trying, a Republican congresswoman's trying to find a way to have him arrested if they don't even find him in contempt of Congress, which are deciding this afternoon, hopefully, possibly. I got home last night. And drove in, and my garage door was open. My garage door was open.
FBI.
Yeah. So I made sure I had a round in the chamber and entered slowly, heard the ding, ding, ding with my alarm system and stuff. And, did the thing around the side with the walls. I always go down low first. I always go down, you need to go real down low, because the first thing around the corner, they're not going to be looking low. Anyways, all long story. Turned out it was just, actually, that's true. The garage door was open, and it freaked me out. And I know it must have been, because I saw it going down when I leave the driveway. I always wait for a second and see the damn thing going down. I swear I never leave until the thing is on the ground. I obviously left early, and it must have hit a leaf or something and bounced back up again. And it doesn't take much. No, I wasn't. I don't think. I think it was probably a leaf or something blew under there, or I don't know what happened. But my garage door was open.
One of the few times my mom ever said my dad cried. He hated cats, and I left one of my cats there because it was an outside cat, and he lived there for years, and they kind of grew, to like it. Yeah. And one day he went outside, and it was old, so it probably had passed away already. But the garage door had stopped, gone down on its neck.
On the cat? Oh.
And she goes, he was kind of upset when he saw that cat.
Oh.
I said, well, he was an old cat. He probably didn't kill him.
Oh, no. Oh, boy.
You guillotined my cat.
Yeah. Anyway, it turned out, I found nothing bad happened. As it turned out, it gave an opportunity. Some of the girls from the Kimmer's Asian cheerleader fan club contingent apparently had sneaked in, and they left lip prints all over the refrigerator. So, just to show me that they were there, which I think is, lipstick imprints, where they put on lipstick and then kiss refrigerators, like the girls used to do in the mirrors and checking their lipstick and stuff.
Have you ever seen that video where the girls wouldn't stop doing it?
Yeah.
And they beg them. And so the high school janitor takes them all in there and says, look, this is why you shouldn't kiss it. And he goes and he washes the toilets.
Yeah.
Then he uses the same sponge and comes out and washes
he washed the mirrors. Didn't have to wash any lipstick off after that one. Oh, mercy. Anyway, let's see. She's got a billion things going on there. Father's Day is Sunday. It's this Sunday. I for some reason, I was thinking it was a week from Sunday, but it's not. It's this Sunday. I thought it was like
Friday.
What's that?
Flag Day Friday.
Flag Day Friday. Well, I've got my 2 flying. In fact, saluted today. There's one more flag. I have my little flags on my deck with my plants and stuff. And then there's one flag in the neighborhood. Just went up last week. And every time I drive by, when I leave the neighborhood, I go around the corner and I give him a big salute and a thumbs up. And I think he saw me today. I think it's an old man. He had a bent over white man, a white-haired guy doing something in his garden and stuff. So clearly he's like a World War II generation kind of guy, because he looked a lot older than even I am. So anyway, 3:30. We got your news. We'll talk about the UFO mystery, which may be solved. And the tranny swimmer, Leah the boy, just got a little shinakalaka for the Olympics coming up here. That's coming up with a Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 3:13 and 106.3. Hump Day. Look out.
Well, I'm not interested in politics. I've heard that phrase so many times. I understand. I completely understand. Look at the cretins we have in politics right now. But that's a dangerous attitude. Not interested in politics?
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
I'm sorry. But
That's my fault.
No. All right, here's what's now I got to explain it. Again, there's no. Okay, here's what happened. When I have my own. Wait, now why my earphone just went funny? When Flounder and I are communicating through the glass here, when he hits his talk button to talk to me, it kills my earphones, so I can't hear anything except his voice. So he said, "I said, when let's do the Atlanta Safe House. You want to do it what time?" And he said, "Let's do it here." And when he had his finger down, therefore it had killed my headphones, so I didn't know that we came back on the air because I couldn't hear anything. That's
my fault.
If there was any dead air, there was because I didn't know it was going to. No, there's no such thing as there's no. There's no mistakes, no such thing. It's just life. I mean, seriously, that's my whole attitude about it. If something happens, it's just it happened. I mean, that was what it had, and you'll never get it back. It's gone. Anyway, I mean, think about that. Think about that. Really, what happens any second will never happen again for your life. I'm sorry, you think Pete's dead. Somebody killed Pete. Somebody shot Pete.
Yeah, because we're doing the live read.
Oh, we're doing a live read now. I forgot. Everything happens. We'll get everything done. 3:15 with the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Atlanta Safe House. You know, Sunday's Father's Day. You have time. They have a showroom in Ackworth. And you call them, I promise you, they'll take care of you. Jeff and Mark, these guys, this is a non-woke company. If you're looking for a safe for your belongings and your property and your medical records, unlike the Kimmer, your social security card, guns and jewelry and cash and, you know, your first corsage or whatever. Keep it in. And they have, I bought 2 gun safes from Atlanta Safe House. And again, they can bolt them from the inside into your concrete floor of your basement or garage or game room or whatever and put it any way you want. They can hoist one to your ceiling if you feel like it. I'm not making that up. They are the #1 delivery company, period, in this whole freaking area. The safes are always, you find always these great prices, always the #1 brands, Browning, American Security, Fort Knox. I won't mention them all. And again, they've been doing this for decades and decades. And it's not that little cheap plastic thing you get at the pharmacy with a little teeny key in it. That's not it. Be like a banker, spin that wheel, and honestly, keeping your stuff. Unlike the Kimmer, I learned the lesson the hard way. Don't be like me. They're always looking for special deals and on sale for you. In fact, Atlanta Safe House can build you a family storm shelter. I'm not making that up. Protecting your stuff. It's Father's Day Sunday, a showroom in Ackworth on the web, atlantasafehouse.com.
As an official community partner of the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves Foundation, the Warrior Alliance connects warriors and their families to free services such as health and wellness, housing, employment, education, legal services, and so much more. We need your financial support to increase our impact and change thousands of lives for those who served in the U.S. Armed Forces. It takes more than just thank you for your service. Make a donation to help warriors navigate to success after service. Go to thewarrioralliance.org/donate and make a difference today.
Well, Michael, I want to thank you for your time, but unfortunately, we can't offer you the position.
Why?
Well, we got the results of your background check, and quite frankly, we were concerned.
About what?
Apparently, you were arrested for throwing a shopping cart at a customer?
In my defense, he had it coming.
At Horizon Background Screening, we find things that other companies don't. That's why companies that use us make smarter hiring decisions. Don't let the wrong hire put your company at risk. Get the real story on your candidates at horizonscreening.com.
You have enough to deal with after an accident. You don't want to spend a lot of that time messing around with insurance companies. Besides, what are you going to say to them? You really know the ins and outs? David Van Sant at Van Sant Law does. He used to work for the insurance companies. Their worst nightmare. He knows who to call, what to say, how to listen to them, and he has your best interest at heart. Van Sant Law, 855-GA-INJURY. VanSantLaw.com, 855-GA-INJURY.
Marketing is everywhere. From the billboards on the highways to the notifications on your phone, we are constantly bombarded with people trying to sell us stuff. What makes good marketing? Are you doing enough in your life personally and professionally to market yourself? You have questions, and the Marketing Madmen have answers. Tune in every Saturday, now at 4 p.m., right here on Extra 106.3 to get practical marketing advice from expert guests who are shaping and reshaping the business world. They say marketing is a madman's game. Join the Marketing Madmen every Saturday at 4 p.m. to find out why.
Poor Flounder. He has to work with me. Poor bastard. You know, Flounder's our musical director. So when I come in, he's got a list of the music that he wants to play for the bumpers every 15 minutes, whatever. And so, and actually the list is, I'll show it to you for those on watching on YouTube, and it's a list. And on the top of the list, it'll say, for example, on this, the top of the list I have right now, it says 2015 Dave Grohl. And that's all it says. And then it starts to talk, then it has a paragraph, and it says, Dave Grohl fell off the stage and broke his leg only 2 songs into, and then it says, into a Foo Fighters show in Gothenburg, Sweden. So poor Flounder, he's telling me when we're coming out during the break, he says, 30 seconds, and then he says, Dave Grohl, and then realizes, I have no idea who Dave Grohl is, so he says Foo Fighters, because they said in the copy, you know. So he has to double check me, because I know so much little about music, other than I love it. In fact, I was this morning, I was listening to Tug, and one of the, there's always one or two missing. It was Tug and the Rhino, I think. Anyway, and they were mentioning, Tug was saying that when he listens to music, the first thing he listens for are the lyrics, or is the lyrics. The first thing he listens to and takes account of is the words in the song. To me, I always listen to the music first and never think about the words. The music always get either the harmony or the tones or the something about the notes and that's what gets me first. But isn't it funny the way people think different things? Anyway, sorry, Flounder. Dave Grohl fell on the stage, broke his leg in the Foo Fighters show in Sweden, 2015. He got medical attention, went back to finish the show in a temporary cast. It propped up while somebody held his leg for him.
Yeah, a paramedic actually. He had to sit in a chair, and a paramedic held onto his leg for the entire show. It was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, very, very cool. The rest of the tour in Europe was canceled while he had surgery, and then they came back to Washington. It was in 2015. Then they came back in July to D.C., and he performed from a custom-made guitar throne. That sounds pretty cool. Anyway, Foo Fighters, Dave Grohl and the boys. Our birthday list includes country singer Chris Young. Chris Young is 39 years old today. And let's see. Hold on, Bill. Yeah, I got a phone call, Bill. Hold on a second, Bill. By the way, I got a lot of fun reaction if I put video of my history list. I did my history list because I was afraid it wasn't going to have, because Flounder's guy's been screwing him over the last couple of days. But Flounder, he came through. Flounder got his list, and he let me know this morning. But I wanted to let the people know I still had one ready, because we know how important it is. The birthdays and history list. If even if Flounder's guy screwed him over, we were at least going to have this. So now I've got so many history things. This is going to be great. For example, 1965, South Vietnam has been flaming with civil unrest. So Premier Phan Huy Quat resigns and is replaced by military government led by Army General Nguyen Van Thieu and his vice president, Nguyen Cao Ky, both of them crooks and scoundrels. And when I was there, Nguyen Van Thieu was the president. Slippery, slimy, duplicitous, under-the-cover criminal. And Nguyen Cao Ky, as I remember, his name wasn't listed here, but just I remember his Nguyen Cao Ky was he was a murderer. I think he was an actual gangster as vice president of South Vietnam. That was 1965. Exactly 10 years later, the Prime Minister of India, Indira Gandhi, is guilty of political corruption in her successful election of 1971. So they said she was guilty of corruption. Indira Gandhi said, screw you, and declared martial law and refused to give up her seat, much like the Biden family's been doing now, using the military to keep the Democrats in power. And again, Joe Washer daughter has apparently leaked out from the White House today, from what I understand, that he's not going to leave no matter what if he loses, and he's going to get the National Guard to kill all of the protesters that might show to try to get him out of office. So they're already threatening it as it is. So we'll find out.
I know you're happy to get your history sheet back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But just so you don't have to read every single historical
I'll try. I know. 323.
To the vice president of Vietnam, like we give a flying.
Well, it was the thing. Honestly, I can see their faces. I know. It was the thing.
I know you know them.
I know. I'm sorry. 323. Okay, I'll try to be insignificant.
Who was in Bangladesh at the time? Or was it East Pakistan?
No,
Who was the vice president there then?
I'll tell you, that was Phantom Kittikachorn. How about that, Mr. Fat Face? How about that, little wise ass?
Not in the 60s.
I beg your pardon. Fanam Kittikachorn, I beg your pardon, sir. Yes, sir. 324.
Thailand,
Well, I was so close.
He hung up, so.
Oh, he hated my history list. Sorry, Bill. It takes a minute to get into the show, okay? Sometimes you have to hold for a
beg
sec.
for callers, and then you never take them.
Well, I didn't get a chance. And by the way, I heard Swatoon call the morning show. I guess he's given up on me now 2 times in a row. I've never gotten to it. Swatoon was on the morning show. I swear to God. I heard him this morning, which is great. It's great. We love phone calls. 324-404-741-1230. All right, I know this is true. I'll bet you, and it makes a lot of sense, and so I'm always wrong, but I think it's probably true. UFOs, man, they're here, and they were here for a long time, and now some Harvard scientists believe they know where they are and where they've been hiding. Well, they say a research paper, there's a 1 in 10 chance the true solution to the UFO mystery could be crypto-terrestrial, which means they belong to an advanced species hiding on Earth. They say while this notion may sound unlikely on first hearing, many observers are persuaded it's at least conceivable, not least because whole swaths of our planet remain virtually unexplored and uncharted. 80% of our oceans are unmapped and still revealing ancient mysteries like the Yoraguri-jima Japanese Atlantis. Not to mention unexplored caves, dark side of the moon, plenty of space for a stealth organization civilization. If another intelligent species had inhabited Earth or Mars long before Homo sapiens, it's possible we could have no idea. They're set to appear in the article coming out later this month. Let's see. One region, the Alaska Triangle, remote, sparsely populated area between the cities of Anchorage, Juneau, and something or other, that the authors described as a prominent hotspot for UFOs and other oddities. This triangle in Anchorage and Juneau, and then a town called Uquikagik or something. The triangle, they say, has been ground zero for 20,000 unexplained disappearances.
What was that town again?
The town is Uquikagik. No, let's see. Uquikagik.
Because it sounded like
Uquikagik.
It's Uquikagik. When you first said it, that's.
Anyway, they say there's 20,000 unexplained disappearances. What do they mean by that? People disappearing? I mean, yeah. They describe a massive submerged stone structure seen by a diver off the coast of Yoraguri-jima, Japan, that some marine geologists argue might be the remnants of a 5,000-year-old pyramid from a Japanese Atlantis. Habitable regions underground remain to be explored, some with the right conditions to support life. The internal structure of Earth is still mostly a mystery, they say. They found a mantle transition zone 400 miles underground, a large reservoir of water. 400 miles underground. They say it's entirely possible, hundreds of miles below humanity, another hominid species, even a branch of Homo sapiens, could have adapted to living underground.
Swatoon has decided to call back.
Swatoon, you're on the radio. Finally, man. I appreciate it. What's going on? How are you?
I'm here to defend you. Actually, 2 times I called in. I actually had to hang up because I had a customer on another line.
Oh, okay. Well, I feel better then.
Cash,
I feel better. Go for the money. Go for the money always.
Always, yeah. But other than that, I love you guys, man. I mean, you're awesome. I listen to the morning show too, but I cannot call because lots of times I'm with customers. So otherwise, I would call them same as I call you every day.
Well, you're very kind to say so. I hope you're doing okay. Anything new on your mind today?
Nothing much. I mean, I think not Flounder, but Pete is jealous of you because you know so much history and he didn't see nothing in mountains.
Swatoon, as always, you hit the nail on the head, my friend. You have a great day, and hi to the family for us. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. 328. Swatoon's one of the guys.
Edgar Rice Burroughs.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Edgar Rice Burroughs wrote about the journey in the middle of the earth, the Pellucidar, you called it. You know, there's a whole Earth inside. The journey to the center of the Earth. They said there was a civilization down there. I mean, it's been going. There's a place in Ohio that has a marker about a guy who thought there was a way you could get in through the North and South Poles that had an inner Earth somewhere in there.
Well, there's photographs, well known, taken by Luis Guerra, a resident of the central Mexico city of Elixco, last year, showed what looked like a hidden UFO base under the country's Popocatépetl volcano, which is a UFO hotspot. They also looked for ocean trenches, dark side of the moon, terrestrial race of our long-term extraterrestrial co-inhabitants are possible. And they're saying, it explains.
When we were kids, they told us Stone Mountain had weird things coming out of Stone Mountain at night.
That's right. And by the way, I assume one day we'll know. I mean, I don't know why they're waiting. I don't know why I really don't know why some guy, some Earth force, some out of Earth force comes up as a big beam of freaking light and takes over every radio and TV station and satellite and telephone and iPhone and everything in the world and says, okay, hold everything. Okay, I'm a UFO and we're freaking real and we're not going to kill you. So just go about your business and we'll take what we need and everybody's going to be fine. Because we shouldn't be afraid, because if they're here, they could have killed us a million times over. So why are they hiding? What's the secret? I mean, seriously, I'm not afraid. They could do it to me right now. Anyway.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Somebody could do me, please.
It's been a long time.
Please, God.
Somebody do me.
Yeah, in fact, coming up, an anniversary of sorts with the U.S. Open at Pinehurst No. 2. And it was 19 years ago that yeah. And it was 19 years ago that I took a little trip to commemorate the end, my death in many ways. 331, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. It's Wednesday, Hump Day. See what you're doing here. Look out, here we got stuff here. Look out.
The Kimmer Show is only live on Extra 106.3 every weekday afternoon on your drive home.
When the iPhone came out, all of a sudden the internet and YouTube and Facebook and Google, everything is right there. You have an international space station satellite in your pocket. And now, every time, look at all the people. Every time you walk in the street, you walk in the mall, anywhere you go, their heads are in their phone, seeing what's going on, who's saying what, and now, I can't believe this, and off they go. It's none of your bit, doesn't matter.
The Kimmer Show, every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Stop dreaming. Start driving. Get the gift that keeps on giving with the RBM of Atlanta's Certified Pre-Owned Sales Event. Each of our certified pre-owned vehicles undergoes an exhaustive process of analysis, inspection, and reconditioning until it meets the uncompromising standards of RBM of Atlanta and Mercedes-Benz. For a limited time, get special financing from as low as 2.99% APR. In addition, you'll receive unlimited confidence with Mercedes-Benz's unlimited mileage warranty, delivering continued assurance for up to 7 years. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details and see how to qualify. We'd love to welcome you to the RBM of Atlanta family. We're proud to be Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964. Not all offers apply to all vehicles, and special financing available to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Services through July 1st, 2024. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit us at rbmofatlanta.com or call 770-390-0700 for details.
This is Dan Watkins with All Four Seasons. We've always been Atlanta's best at installing and servicing garage and entry doors, but you would be surprised at how many windows we've installed as well. So we're proud to announce a new division, All Four Seasons Windows. We now have the ability to make sure every opening in your house is safe, energy efficient, and looks darn good. So give us a call today to schedule your free sales consultation. Find out how you can decrease your energy bills and increase the beauty and value of your home with All Four Seasons garage, entry doors, and windows.
So you conquered the hardest part. You found the one, got approval from the family, shopped for the engagement ring, and you popped the question. Nice job. But you're not done. It's time to plan the wedding. Pick the dress, pick your tux, plan the honeymoon, and yes, find the perfect wedding bands. Well, you're in luck because Wedding Band Weekend is back at Solomon Brothers Jewelers. June 21st through the 23rd is the perfect time to stop in and shop all of the top brands in the industry. You'll find the ring of her dreams. And here is the best part. During Wedding Band Weekend, when you purchase her qualifying ring, you'll get your ring absolutely free. So don't miss Wedding Band Weekend, June 21st through the 23rd in Buckhead, Alpharetta, and Sharpsburg. And at Solomon Brothers, no matter the price, you'll find something nice. You can also shop online at SolomonBrothers.com and on Instagram at Solomon Brothers. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, the preferred jeweler of the Atlanta Braves.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
Did you know that one of the largest U.S. flags in the state of Georgia stands proudly in Pure Talk's parking lot? And it's in honor of that flag and what it stands for that Pure Talk is supporting America's Warrior Partnership in their mission to prevent veteran suicide. Ask a vet. The transition to civilian life can be difficult, especially in this economy. Access to housing, employment, and even their earned VA benefits can be difficult. That's where America's Warrior Partnership steps in by providing fundamental needs to our warriors. You can help this great cause simply by switching to Pure Talk before Flag Day. Choose a wireless company who shares your values. Upgrade your cell phone service to America's most dependable 5G network for just $20 a month. Dial pound 250 and say Pure Talk, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you make the switch. Dial pound 250 and say Pure Talk for superior cell phone service that's half the price of Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile, and to help a vet in need.
Speaking of the dark side of the moon, on whether a UFO has been hanging out there with their creatures.
We don't need no education.
2005, Pink Floyd announced they'll reunite with former bassist Roger Waters, who left the band in 1985. On July 2nd for the Live 8 London concert. This would be the first time the band played together as a quartet since the Wall tour in 1981. In 2005, they let him back. Oh. Dun, dun, dun. Starts to build here. Right.
Hey! Teacher! Leave them kids alone!
That's a great part. It's an interesting band. I was never really a huge fan, but I can appreciate their music. Always did. Our birthday list includes Timothy Simmons, or maybe Simons, I guess probably, 46 years old. You may not know the name. He played Jonah, the big, tall, geeky guy on Veep with the Seinfeld girl. That was a great series. I think I still have 40 episodes or something on my DVR. Well, I can't be right because I remember I had to lose it when I turned it in. Anyway, Jonah the Veep tall guy's 46 years old today here. And moving right along here, I got to keep going. I don't know why I'm just kind of loosening up today. I don't get it, and I apologize. On this day, 1968, the horror classic Rosemary's Baby premiered in New York. Mia Farrow, the woman impregnated by Satan, and there were two versions. By the way, Pete, did you ever see Rosemary's Baby?
Once, and that's it.
Flounder, how about you? Rosemary's Baby?
I did not.
And how about Lucas? He back there? I can't see anything there in the dark man's cave. Did he?
No, never seen it.
Have you ever heard of it? Do you know of the movie?
Yes, I have heard of it.
Okay. Anyway, it had two endings. One of them, the original one, as I remember, she looked in. It was a story about a baby. Her husband was an actor, and one morning she woke up and she was clawed to death, and she didn't know what happened. It turned out her husband made a deal with the devil, so when they knocked her out with drugs, and the devil had sex with her, gave her a baby she didn't know. It was horrible pregnancy, and then all of a sudden it cleared up, and then she had her baby. And the final scene was she's going up to all the folks chanting in their building because they're all devil worshippers, which she didn't know until at the end of it. And she looks in the crib, but you don't really see much in the original version. The other version showed the tail, the fiery eyes of the baby and a tail. of the baby, on the baby in the crib, which was really, and I think it was, I forgot whether it was a director's cut or what the reason was, but they were afraid it would be too something, I guess. But there were two different, anyway, that was 1968, Rosemary's Baby. Same day, 1963, Cleopatra with Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton premiered. One of the Hollywood's most expensive productions in 1963. It cost $44 million. Today's dollars, $500 million. Yeah. To make Cleopatra. And I remember the majesty of when they brought in that, pulling in by the bar, or the big boat, or the land boat, or whatever the hell you'd call it. It was a chariot of the, big as a bill. Anyway, pretty cool. 339, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? 404-741-1230. A couple things going on here. The Putin, Russian guys have sent a fleet of warships to Cuba, which is a direct warning to the United States because we have a chicken-livered pansy as president, completely brain dead. By the way, have you seen the latest videos of him walking around not knowing where he is and can't speak? I mean, they played a montage last night of his latest comments, and it was like you can't understand a word. I mean, honestly, he's mumbling, and God, I'm astounded. Anyway, because of our weakness, Putin's got a fleet of warships in Cuba, so we sent out a bunch of battleships to kind of just walk around there, float around, see what's going on. Also, Hezbollah, the Hamas people have started launching more rocket terrorist attacks into Israel to say, no, we don't get that ceasefire business. Let's see. A lot of things going on in politics. We'll get a little bit of it here. The latest from the criminal contempt resolution by House Republican members against Merrick Garland, the Attorney General, is in full swing. A Republican congressman from Florida, Anna Paulina Luna, says she is going to plan to force a vote on her inherent contempt resolution, which would require, after the full House weighs whether the guy's fate should be sealed with a separate measure. She says this: I don't really have much faith in the Department of Justice. I don't think the American people do either. Merrick Garland, for one thing, refuses to turn over the audio of the Biden interview that day. And by the way, did you see that suspected child molester Chuck Schumer actually said, well, they don't want to turn over that audio of the president being investigated by that guy because then you Republicans will cheat and fake it. You Republicans would make it sound something else.
That was Nadler said that. That's
Senator Poopy Pants. Yeah, he walks like he's trying to hold back a little. But yeah, he takes little teeny steps because he looks like he's trying to make sure nothing bad happens
hold something in.
Yeah. God, I mean, they're actually had the nerve to say, "Oh yeah, well, you Republicans would just fake it and lie about it, so you couldn't trust it." Well, then have you be there when they deliver it. How about that? Have every Democrat you want be there when they give you the freaking tape. How about that? I mean, what a bunch of freaking scumbags. Anyway, so Garland says he's not going to do it, so they're trying to get him and off we go, and it's continuing. His own department. Now, here's the deal. An inherent contempt differs from a contempt resolution expected to come up for vote this afternoon. That would refer Garland to his own department for criminal charges, but an inherent contempt charge would direct the House Sergeant at Arms to arrest the Attorney General. Arrest him. Inherent contempt hasn't been done since the early 1900s, but before that, back in the good old days, it was a fairly common practice. When they see the subpoenas being ignored, there seems to be a two-tier justice system. So when the subpoena, and they're ignoring them. The Justice Department is totally freaking corrupt, and they're ignoring subpoenas, they're ignoring testimony and everything else. And when that happens, it used to be they say, well, go arrest him. And to make an inherent contempt charge and go arrest
embarrass them.
That's right.
Embarrass them.
That's right. And it should be done. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, remember, and again, guys like Chuck Schumer say, "We're coming for you, Kavanaugh." These guys have been guilty of trying to start an insurrection for years.
How could you say the DOJ is corrupt when Chuck Todd of NBC just told you that they're not?
Here we go. This is hysterical. He must be on the payroll. I've never seen anything like it. They had to he was doing the Sunday morning show until they finally took him off because, he lost that job because I don't think they knew what to do with him. Anyway, Chuck Todd, he's now the chief political analyst. And he says that's dealing a big blow to Donald Trump, It proves there is not a double standard for the Department of Justice. It damages Trump's campaign ability to wave away their conviction. It's a big blow to Trump. That's it. If you're looking for just political fallout, he's trying so hard to create this He's trying hard to create this weaponization, and this has been a Republican talking point for so long. There's never been any evidence to support what they've said. Oh my God, where do you want to start?
He's broadcasting to his party folk there in Manhattan. That's why he's saying that.
He says not only is there a lack of evidence for Trump's accusations of a politicization of the DOJ, the Biden verdict is evidence to refute all these claims, the Jim Jordans and the James Comers of the world. What's he talking about? Again, they're just making up stuff. Well, this proves we had nothing to hide after. I mean, wait, it doesn't.
It's propaganda.
It's unbelievable. The advocacy is like a commercial. I can't believe these people. I mean, they're so offended. They say, boy, if Donald Trump, he's going to be a dictator. You know, he's going to get revenge on his enemies. In fact, well, I got the story here, one of those two. Here
Did the Biden administration send one of their guys to work with the Delaware people?
Unbelievable. And here's how the liberal press is saying. In a campaign email Wednesday, former President Trump continued his post-conviction threats of revenge against his enemies by sharing the message, quote, haul out the guillotine. After it goes on, after being found guilty of Trump and his allies have had revenge on their to-do lists. Remember when that sicko Kathy Griffin, Trump said, made the rounds parading my beheaded head when I was president? The radical left cheered. Obama and Biden were silent, and the fake news blasted it everywhere. The sad, horrific truth is they still the sick dream of every Trump deranged lunatic out there, and it's not just me they want gone. They're really coming after you. So the liberals are saying, oh, Trump reposted the thing that said haul out the guillotine. That means he wants to kill all you people who try to put him in prison. You dirty, stinking, rotten slime bags. They're the ones who were talking about concentration camps for people who wouldn't take the vaccine. Like Australia. Remember that? Be like Australia.
They're still talking about re-education camps if they win the election for us MAGA people.
Right. So for the who was it? Rachel
Democratic Congresswoman in New York who's running against Elise Stefanik said if they win, they should put some kind of re-education camp. They'll call it something else, but we should be sent to the camps.
Yeah. And there's also that woman from Texas too is doing the same thing. That we need if the Biden people win, that they're going to have to take those of us who didn't vote for him to make sure that we kind of lose that sort of that anti-Biden tenor we have here going. It's best for the country if we just sort of we have to get that ironed out of our
the thought
attitudes.
Police. Yeah, it's what it is. Thought police.
346. I got so much more on the Biden crime family too. And by the way, a pardon is not the same as a parole. So maybe he's not. Maybe on the Hunter thing, there's more to come. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Look out, 346, 1063.
If you love news and talk, you have to connect with the biggest personalities in the South at thepodcastpark.com. It's more original Atlanta content from Atlanta's hometown talk crew. From legal news to sports and politics, and even archives of interviews from years past. Find the podcast that you love and subscribe everywhere you get podcasts.
Hey, it's Tuck here with an important message as the weather heats up. Southern Exteriors is gearing up with unmatched quality and precision. For over 25 years, they've been delivering top-notch craftsmanship that you can rely on. And let me tell you, they're hotter than the campaign trail in July. Got a home exterior project that's got you feeling the heat? Don't sweat it. From roofing to siding, gutters to windows and doors. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co. That's southernexteriors.co. Get a free consultation. Southern Exteriors, your home's best ally with any project.
The future of business in Georgia is bright, and Georgia Power is a driving force behind the businesses and organizations that are vital to the growth of the state. Organizations like Georgia Tech.
Hi, this is Jay Batt, Director of Athletics here at Georgia Tech. The Georgia Institute of Technology in itself is an incredible place. We've got this tremendous history of success. We've got incredible corporations that invest in college football. And for us, that's part of our winning formula. We've got incredible alignment on our campus. We've got incredible alignment from our president, to our head coaches, to our donors. We continue to invest in the fan experience here in Bobby Dodd. Everything from what happens in-game, from the music to the in-game promotions. It's really an important part of what we do, and we really have tried to expand that game day experience thanks to our partnerships. I think our fans will see continued investment in that game day experience, so we're really excited to continue investing.
To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping businesses big and small, visit GeorgiaPower.com and tune in all year to discover how they're powering the future of Georgia.
Are we really getting a divorce?
How do we split up the family?
Who gets the kids in the house?
And who gets Milo?
Getting a divorce can be stressful. You have so many questions. At Hobson & Hobson, their experienced attorneys can help you through this difficult time. Their team of litigators will be there every step of the way to help you start your next chapter. And once you cross this bridge, even Milo will be happier. Set up your consultation today at areyoubravenough.com.
Hey there, Atlanta sports fans. Home team Brandon Leak here with Sonder Health Plans. You know, I've been singing praises about their Georgia-based Medicare Advantage health plans, and now they're stepping up their game with new health plans that include home safety and accessibility modifications. Call them up right now and ask if you qualify for their fantastic $400 grocery card offer and $0 premiums. Call 800-331-2928 or visit SonderHealthPlans.com. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
Sarah's Micro Devices Incorporated seeks an electrical design engineer lead in Atlanta, Georgia. Deliver research and design projects and develop process integration steps throughout the entire product development cycle, focusing on microelectronic fabrication and exhibit process. This position requires a bachelor's degree or its foreign degree equivalent in electrical engineering, electronic engineering, or a closely related field, plus 6 months of experience as a research engineer in computing applications. Experience may be gained before, during, or after obtaining degree. To apply, please mail resume with job code CRC to Tayada Baldwin Barnes, Head of People and Culture, Saraz Micro Devices Incorporated, 3200 West German Road, Chandler, Arizona 85286. Again, to apply, please mail resume with job code CRC to Tayada TIYADA Baldwin Barnes, Head of People and Culture, Saraz Micro Devices Incorporated, 3200 West German Road, Chandler, Arizona 85286. No phone calls, equal opportunity employer.
It's Elvis.
High, it's burning through to my soul.
That was 1989. On this day, the Elvis Presley Autoland Museum opened at Graceland. The museum contained more than 30 cars owned by Elvis, including his famous pink Cadillac, Harley-Davidson motorcycles, Stutz Blackhawks, a 1975 Dino Ferrari, a 1966 or 56 Cadillac Eldorado convertible,
and a Stutz Bearcat?
A Stutz Blackhawk.
Oh, okay.
It said here. Now, a Bearcat I know, but a Blackhawk must be a different version, but it's a Stutz, one of the old famous cars from the 1930s, I think. The Cadillac Eldorado convertible 1956, and the red MG that Elvis drove in the film Blue Hawaii. My brother had an MG.
They were hot little cars.
They had about 80 horsepower, but they were cute little sporty cars. They weren't really hot or anything, but they were fun to drive, and he loved the damn thing. Our birthday list include, I don't know, the birthday list had like 2 people I've ever even heard of, but you may, so I'll do this for you. Jenna Lee Harrison is 66. Jenna Lee Harrison was the second ditzy blonde roommate Cindy on Three's Company. She came in after Suzanne Summers was fired for having too many Thigh Master commercials, I think. After one season, Jenna Lee was demoted when a smart blonde roommate moved in. I never watched any of that stuff. So. Anyway, in our history list here, we got some multitudinous of history action here. For example, on this day, in 2011, the Guinness Book of World Records has a new entry, world's smallest man. Jerry Ballowing turned 18 years old in 2011 and was measured at exactly 23.6 inches tall. His parents say he stopped growing when he was 2. Doctors never figured out why. Now, if you're watching, okay, the distance between the tip of my thumb and the end of my little baby finger, if you hold up your hand, if you put your hand out wide, the average of human beings, male hand, the distance between the tip of your thumb and the tip of your finger is about 9 inches. And you can tell that if you ever worked with woodworking or you're trying to measure something on how big the shade is on your, and you don't have a ruler, just use your hand to go, 9 inches. 9 inches, 9 inches. Well, if you do, this is unbelievable. If I do this, that's 9 inches there from here, and then I put it up here, another 9 inches, that's 18 inches, and a little more, that's 2 feet. This is how tall that man is. 2 feet, less than 2 feet tall, just under 2 feet tall.
What if you use this measure?
That's a good measure, too. It's still the 9 inches. Coming out of your nose, it doesn't make any difference. But, I mean, think about that. Less than 2 feet tall. That's this.
Poor bastard, still measuring in inches.
Holy smokes. And speaking of that, I wrote this at 5:42, I think, this morning. Mostly in the dark. Here's what I wrote. 2013, the world's man died. Well... I have to try to maybe narrow it down a little. The world's oldest man died, is what I was trying to say. The oldest man in history, they say in 2013, Jerome Kimura from Kyoto, Japan, was 116. And he died from a gunshot wound with a natural causes, of course. Anyway, 3:54. We have Bill's back. Bill is back with the Kimura. I think, did you lose him again? Bill, you're on the radio. How's it going, man? Thanks for calling back. What's up?
Hey, Kimmer, thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I broke 80 today.
No kidding. On the golf course or somewhere that broke 80 rocks or what? Broke what? What do you mean?
I broke
funny.
80 I played polo today, and it's been a long time since I broke 80, so I felt pretty good about that.
Well, no, I don't know what that means. I've never played polo, so I mean, did you score 80 points, you mean, or what? I don't know what that means.
Well, you want to come out and play? You
Man,
can do it anytime you want.
Where do you play? You play at the polo grounds up in, I can't remember the name of the town now, but the polo fields?
It's not far from your house. You just go up Highway 9.
Yeah,
the second Publix, not the Bethany Publix, but the next Publix, you take a left and it's a mile and a half up the road.
Yeah,
very convenient.
Yeah, excellent. Well, cool. I had no idea. Outstanding. Do you have your own polo pony, or do you get them up there, or do you have your own polo horse and stuff? Do you?
No, there's no horses up there, though.
Oh, well, hey, ho.
I wish there was, but it's part of the invited, the Club Corp.
Oh, cool.
So I'm going to start, which means I can also play Atlanta National and White Columns, and
I used to play all those courses. I love. In fact, I'll tell you. How can we make this about me? Let's see. I remember when White Columns opened. The Fazio was the architect, and they had a media tournament to celebrate the opening of White Columns, and I won it. I won their tournament, the opening of the course.
I'd love to see you play. I bet you still got a game.
Well, I don't know. I haven't played in so long. I can't wait to play. I've been hitting balls on weekends for the last couple of months, and I'm ready to. But I haven't played in 6 or 7 years. But I definitely. But if I do, I'm playing from the old man tees. I'm going to play from the senior tees because that's what I deserve, and I'm going to try to shoot my age. So,
yeah, you got it. Come on up and do it anytime.
I'd be honored.
I was listening to your. This morning to yesterday's show, and I don't know whether you covered all of this, but you were talking about the scripture in which Christ was a boy and he
5-year-old miracle, with the clay pigeons setting him to become real. Yes, sir.
I didn't. I've never read that. I don't doubt that it's scripture of some sort, but I wanted to kind of give you a little history lesson on when the Bible was written, because you said something about most of the books being written 300 years later.
100 years later or something, yeah.
Well, they were all written by apostles that lived with Christ, with the exception of Paul, who wrote most of the New Testament. And Paul, he had a wild, murderous life before he became a Christian, and he would kill Christians. That was his life goal until Christ knocked him off a horse and said, and he called him Saul at the time, Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me? Anyway, he turned to Christ at that moment in time and became arguably the greatest apostle of all. And he wrote most of the New Testament between, let's say, 35 AD and 80 AD. So it wasn't written 300 years later.
Okay.
What happened 300 years later was that's when they decided which books, historically written
Catholic.
books were going to be included in the Bible and which weren't. There are 66 different books in the Bible, and that was decided about 300 AD. So you were kind of on the right track, but that's so there were other things that were written that were not included in the Bible. Just FYI, and the Old Testament was written, roughly between anywhere from three. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. They're playing the organ music for you as a background. That Flounder's little thing.
I'm just gonna get quick. Most of the Old Testament was written between, say, 3500 BC and 500 BC.
Wow!
So everything was written in right after Christ's death and resurrection. So. That's why I just wanted to share that with you.
Bill, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Semper Fi, and have a great rest of the week. Bill, I really appreciate the information, and thanks for calling back to 359.
And you're thinking about the Council of Nicaea or whatever, where they got together and decided which books were going to be in and which books weren't going to be in, and they completely left out the poor Presbyterians. They didn't even allow them.
Well, they weren't even founded until 1926 or something, so, That's right. That can't be true. I mentioned that. That can't be true. We had that in history yesterday. That can't be true. They weren't around until 1926 or something. They're 52 or whatever the hell it was. Oh, my God. All right, hold on. It's almost 4 o'clock. We owe you a Flounder's Funny coming up right after the top of the news here with the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and Lucas back there, too, on 106.3. Look out. Here we go.
W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
New sanctions against China. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. The U.S. announcing a round of sanctions to undermine support for Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
More than 300 individuals and companies in China, the UAE, and Turkey are being sanctioned, accused of helping Russia circumvent existing sanctions and obtain dual-use technology used in Moscow's war effort.
We have put our money where our mouth is. We have already imposed sanctions on PRC entities. Today, we are doing more.
National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan announcing the sanctions aboard Air Force One as President Biden travels to a G7 summit in Italy. Leaders there are expected to detail using frozen Russian assets to provide billions of dollars in aid to Ukraine. Jared Halpern, Fox News.
The House of Representatives is scheduled to vote whether to hold Attorney General Merrick Garland in contempt of Congress for failing to hand over recordings of Special Counsel Robert Hur's interview with President Biden. House Majority Leader Steve Scalise says it's part of their congressional oversight responsibility.
You look at the White House themselves, they've acknowledged that as they've turned over the transcripts, those transcripts have been edited. Well, there's one way you can find out what the edits were, and that is to actually get the source tape, get the audio.
Hur decided not to prosecute Mr. Biden for possession of classified documents because, he said, the president presented himself as a sympathetic, well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory. Republicans argue the records will provide important insights into the president's mental acuity. The Federal Reserve decides to stand pat on interest rates, leaving them unchanged for now at roughly 5.3%. But the Fed suggesting there'll be a single interest rate cut sometime this year. Their previous forecast had suggested 3 rate cuts between now and the end of the year. America is listening to Fox News.
Hear that? The relaxing sound of ambient music in a yoga class. And if you were here, you'd listen to 15 people taking a deep breath in sync. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. So if you ride, get a quote today and see if you could save with Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. And find inner peace with a different pose called Palms on Handlebars. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call.
If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
Here we go. Be my baby. Oh, I love this song.
The night we met, I knew I needed you so.
All I wanted was a girlfriend.
And if I had the chance,
I wanted to kiss a girl so bad. Oh, mercy.
I'll make you so proud of me. We'll make them turn their heads.
Yeah, when will he do that? Yeah, by saying, be my baby. 1972, with the help of her mother, a barefooted Ronnie Spector left her husband Phil Spector's Beverly Hills mansion for the last time, leaving behind her adopted sons, 3-year-old Dante and 6-year-old twins Louis and Gary. Within days, she filed for a divorce that would be granted in 1974. Ronnie Spector. What a singer, what a group, and Phil Spector.
So cute, too.
Yeah, adorable.
So cute.
Just adorable. And I love that song. I remember the girl I was trying to get to kiss me at the time when that song came out, and, those funny memories of, I just wanted to...
Well, Pilgrim, you just take her in her arms and you pull her close.
Yeah, give her one of those, yeah.
Like John Wayne in The Quiet Man.
You need a good kissing by someone who knows how to do it, or whatever the hell he said.
Was Maureen
grabbed her,
or whatever?
No, Maureen O'Hara, there wasn't
Maureen O'Hara.
And it was a wild, windy, stormy day in the cabin in Ireland, and the doors flapping open and slamming, and the howling wind. And he looks at her, he grabs her, he looks at her, and then he pulls her, wham! It just
throws her on the bed.
Did you ever? One time I did exactly, basically up against a wall. I just grabbed her, and it was wow.
Good time.
And a time throw her on the bed too. One time, just literally in the air, throw her on the bed. 405, Kimmer, Heat and Flounder. Our birthday list includes Scott Thompson. I don't know him, but you might. 65. Kids in the Hall star. Yeah. Scott Thompson played Hank's, wonderfully gay assistant Brian on the Larry Sanders Show. I'm trying to remember. I used to love the Larry Sanders Show, and I can't remember that character.
He used to play all the gay characters on Kids in the Hall.
Oh, I know who it is. I know who it is. Bye, Bella. I think I scared Bella today. Bye, Amanda. The twosome, the team. They're a whole new department now.
Did you see Amanda's idea for the 25th?
25th of what?
Of this month, the 25th.
I forwarded you the email this morning.
Oh, you did?
Candy salad.
You sent me an email about the 25th something?
Yeah, the candy salad that she's proposing.
I don't know what that is. I didn't get any message like that.
I sent it to your Comcast email.
Well, I don't look at. Wait a minute.
That would be the email you look at because you don't look at your work email.
I got you. Brent Dundon, candy salad time. I'm looking around. Okay, go ahead. Tell us what it is now.
Yeah, everybody brings in their favorite candy, and you pour it in a big bowl, and everybody just goes by and grabs candy during the day.
And we're doing the 25th. So bring in candy. Oh, my God. Well, okay. So the candy bars, you mean, is what you're talking about?
Jelly beans, I don't know.
Well, I mean, do they want them unwrapped? I mean, is it like it's supposed to blend in together? This is silly. I don't know.
There's a video that answers all the questions.
I see.
To play on the video.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, you start. Okay, now I have to explain the thing. And there it says here, in case you don't know what that is, essentially everyone in the office brings a bag of their favorite candy, and we pour it all into a giant bucket for all of us to enjoy. A video below, and it looks like it is whether it's open on TikTok. I don't want to just give me. She's emptying it from the bag into, so it's unwrapped stuff. It's like open a bag of candy and dump the candy into the bowl. Okay.
Jelly beans, M&M's.
Okay, so you don't bring Snickers bars and put them with a candy wrapper on them, right? I guess is what they're talking about. Okay, sorry. Learning experience, my friends. 407, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? Flounder's Funny coming up in a second. First, a quick update, and back we got a whole bunch of stuff on politics and the Biden crime family stuff like that. Leah Thomas, the guy who thinks he's a girl has lost a fight about competing in the Olympics. There's a group called the Court of Arbitration for Sport, CAS, has dismissed his challenge, Leah Thomas, the boy pretending to be a girl, who wanted the Swiss-based court to reject a policy that would prevent him from competing in women's races at elite competitions. The arbitrators said that Thomas with a penis does not have standing to appeal the policy because it doesn't yet apply to him. They call her. They found for the time being he is not eligible to compete in elite competitions, only entitled to compete in USA swimming events that do not qualify as, quote, elite events. Because the openly transgender athlete won the NCAA championships at Division I because he's a guy and not a girl. Has argued the gender inclusion policy, which banned transgender competitors in women's races at elite competitions like the Olympics. He says it's discriminatory. They can let you swim in different things, but not at the so-called elite level. Now, and by the way, this committee is saying, well, just have a trainee competition.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems to be the best, best answer. Then you go have a ball. If you want to pretend you're here, then you wear a little dress. I don't give a crap. Wear the girls' suit. I mean, have a blast. But anyway, so he lost, trying to get him to change, and you can go pound sand. Anyway, 404-741-1230 with a Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 409, and coming out more on the President Scumbag coming up first. Flounder's Funnies for Nuckies Hoagies with a Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. A little something right here. The actual comedian.
I had bed bugs recently, and bed bugs are unique because they attack you and attack you and attack you until you break your lease. There's no way to stop bed bugs. I did figure out a way to slow them down, though. I introduced ladybugs into my apartment. Now, the ladybugs don't kill the bed bugs, but they wear them down emotionally. Running with the bulls implies that the bulls have accepted you, and you guys have decided to exercise together. What you're going to be doing is running from the bulls. Do you understand the difference? Running with, running from. Everyone's so focused on pronouns now. Maybe we should look at some of these prepositions.
Very funny. An esoteric, intellectual comedian. Who's that there?
His name is Mike Vicino.
Mike Vicino. All right.
Oh! Hey! Viccioni, maybe.
Viccioni. Either way is fine. 410, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. Oh, President White Trash is at it again. This whole freaking family. What a bunch of scoundrels. And now President Washer daughter says, it's my fault. It's all my fault. He says, he says, if I weren't running for re-election, my son Hunter would have gotten a plea deal. Yes, he said it all fell apart in 2023, and if I hadn't been running for president, it wouldn't have been. Give me a break. And by the way, that plea deal that fell apart in 2023 is thanks to the judge, Mariella Noriega, who's, by the way, in charge of this Delaware court. She's the one who put the kibosh on the deal made by Weiss, the prosecutor, to let Hunter get away with everything. And he did get away with all the important years that he didn't pay any taxes and was not on the payroll, as he should have been registered as a foreign agent back in the years he was getting Ukraine money, like 2014. That's all gone. It's too late now. The statute of limitations expired. So they're getting him for other later years of no taxes, but they could have nailed him for the unregistered foreign agent charges. Anyway, so now President Washer daughter saying, "Oh, it's my fault. It's my fault." I wonder if this is setting up the thing for him to say, "Well, I really once again, I really just take one for the team and back off of the nomination." I don't know how they can pull it off now. It's June. I mean, I'm glad. What a fix they're in. Every Democrat is going nuts because they have to pretend that this guy's not really on the mark. He's really doing great.
The later they wait, the better it is for them because they don't have to run anybody. They don't have to vet them. The media can't dig into them too much. If it's Michelle or somebody like that, they just throw them in and put them in there. And if they don't win this time, they'll run them in 4 years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, who's the Democrat leader? I mean, it's not. It can't be. It's not Newsom. I mean, but
it's Obama.
Yeah.
It's a bomb.
But yeah, I mean, in terms of having somebody run, Whitmer from Michigan, she's turned into a shrew that everybody's hating.
No one would vote for her, but the guy Shapiro from Pennsylvania, Brashear from Kentucky, those are two of the rising stars.
Anybody but Trump. It'll be ABT, anybody but Trump. And by the way, the jurors are talking about the Hunter case and saying at one point they found out that some of the jurors that are speaking publicly said it was a mistake calling his daughter Naomi as a witness. At one point, Hunter texted her at 2:00 in the morning saying he was waiting for his dealer, Mookie, to show up. And she replied, "I feel so sorry for this girl," being the daughter of Hunter Biden. She replied, "I'm really sad, Dad. I'm really sad. I can't take this. I don't know what to say. I just miss you so much and want to hang out with you. It seems so sad for her to, the juror said it seems so sad to see her father in such a state. She was happy when she thought he was getting better, then he relapsed. Jurors say, I feel sorry for Naomi. I really did. I don't think any daughter should have to be up there testifying on her father's behalf. It was heart-wrenching, and all the jurors felt the same thing. If they had been the DA, they would not have called her." Again, this white trash family, they will do anything. They will suck on your emotions. They will run anybody to do anything to try to get away with it. Just despicable. Despicable, a whole freaking bunch of them. And by the way, there's a long way from proving that they didn't take all that money. I mean, that's still out in the open. And Frank, I can't believe, if we ever get back in control as conservatives, they need to start subpoenaing all those bankers. Remember, there's like 120 special click marks on banking transactions that they were suspicious activity reports, SAR. No. There's 120 of them. They're criminal complaints showing money laundering. Where'd you get the money? What's it used for? There's no company here. It's just transferring money. And they've got to get those bankers in to testify, and that's the ball game. Yeah, right. No. I'm sorry, I'm dreaming. I've been taking drugs. Apparently, somebody slipped me something. The FBI slipped something in my morning coffee. I swear to God. 4:15. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder.
Time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
The suits at Extra 1063, and I'm not one of them. I honestly haven't worn a suit in years. Love it that way. But they tell me that they've been receiving emails from listeners that want me to expand on some of my commentaries. They're looking for something maybe 5-10 minutes long. So I'm actually putting some effort into that, putting some notes together, and here is pretty much how it's going to start, because I am flat out going to stir some pudding. You have two guys at a fast food joint. Somebody drops a $1 bill. Listen to this, a $1 bill. Whose is it? It's mine. No, it's mine. $1 stinking dollar. And what happens? Both of them pull out guns and they end up shooting each other. Downtown Atlanta yesterday, what they call a mass shooting at a food court. Was it over French fries? Lord knows. But there is one common denominator, and you know what it is already. The people with the guns are black. But they don't have the guns because they're black. They didn't pull out the guns and start shooting because they're black. Their skin color had absolutely nothing to do with it. It's culture. You've heard me say this before. You know who it really irritates? The very victims of this culture, young black males, other black citizens, decry the idea that it's their culture at fault. It has to be their skin color. It's all because of racism. There, that's about a minute and 50 seconds. I've easily got 5 to 10 minutes on this. I'm putting it together. You'll hear it probably before the week is out. Then they'll never ask me to do this again. Neil Bortz, Extra 1063.
Hey homeowners, Tug here with some exciting news. Southern Exteriors is your one-stop solution for top-notch exterior services, from roofing to siding, windows, gutters, and more. No more waiting. They can start on your project immediately. And with an in-house warranty division, Southern Exteriors stands by their work for years to come. From leaky roofs to faded siding, trust Southern Exteriors for a quick and lasting transformation. Don't wait. Transform your home today. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co now. Southern Exteriors, quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years.
Well, Sally, thank you for your time. But unfortunately, we can't offer you the position.
But why?
Well, we got the results of your background check, and we saw some red flags.
Like what?
Apparently, you were accused of dog-napping a Chihuahua named Mr. Cha-Cha.
Mr. Cha-Cha was my soulmate.
At Horizon Background Screening, we find things that other companies don't. That's why companies that use us make smarter hiring decisions. Don't let the wrong hire put your company at risk. Get the real story on your candidates at horizonscreening.com.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 4 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffer from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. There are lots of competitors that don't have the credentials that I have. When you go to other clinics, you're not going to see a board-certified physician with the experience that I have. When you come to our clinic, you're going to see me. There's just not one therapy that can solve these complex issues. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. Total Body Therapy of Georgia, 404-777-1911, 404-777-1911, online at stopmyed.com.
All right, I got now. 419, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How about those 8 ISIS terrorists getting into America across our border, huh? Yeah. From Jackwackistan or whatever the hell it was there. Good grief. We'll talk about that in a minute. Here's David Bowie. 1970, David released the single Memory of a Free Festival. And that featured guitarist Mick Ronson and drummer Mick Woodmansey's studio debut with Bowie's band, bringing together the lineup that would shortly record The Man Who Sold the World. That track also featured Mark Bolan on lead guitar and backing vocals. David Bowie, 1970. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. Our history list includes, let's see. Did I do it? Oh, here we go. Almost got found. Let's say 1964, Nelson Mandela, the leader of the African National Congress in South Africa, is jailed in 1964 for life for sabotage. Nelson Mandela served 27 years in prison, and then President F.W. de Klerk released him in 1990. Nelson Mandela. 4 o'clock hour brought to you by our good friends at Atlanta Safe House, home of the Kimmer Safes. They have a showroom in Ackworth, you know. And by the way, Father's Day Sunday, so Xing Jang Boom, this is a great opportunity, a little special something for Dad. He'll love it, I promise you. Pistol safes and all of them, too. Learn more about how you need a safe and may not know it at atlantasafehouse.com. 421. Oh, by the way, President Biden, he's now blaming himself. He says, boy, if I weren't running for re-election, Hunter would have been able to take a deal. And by the way, I'm sure they offered him a deal, and they didn't want to play it because they knew that you dirtbags Bidens were going to try to make sure of jury nullification, and it backfired on you. But anyway, even President White Trash himself, Flounder, released a statement talking about Hunter's conviction and what it means for the family. Upside, are you in there? Sorry, man, doing something where the Hunter,
that was totally me.
The President Biden, well, they got a little party. They got some of the interns are in there having a little something for Flounder in the back.
What's the audio we're playing?
The President of the United States, who would be from the talking about the Biden family that I mentioned earlier when I came in there. We talked about.
No, I don't have it. I apologize.
That's not from the morning show there.
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Yeah, that's the other one there. So,
as I said last week, I am the president, but I'm also a dad. Jill and I love our son, and we are so proud of the man he is today. Honestly, I don't know what the hell he was thinking. It's times like these that test a family. And if there's anyone in this family that needs testing, it's Hunter. We will learn from this. But that little idiot is not getting another laptop, that's for sure. We love him very much. But don't get me started about that bag of cocaine in the White House coat room. What a dumbass.
Well, obviously, I heard that on the morning show, and I guess that was Lowe's. I guess that was because he does that AI stuff.
It was either Lowe's or they pulled it from the Complete Sheet site where we get our history and stuff like that.
Might be. Anyway, they got it. It was on the morning show, and I heard it. I thought you might enjoy that, too. It's pretty good. But again, I'm telling you, there's going to be a point where they're not going to need anybody. They could. I mean, Mr. Dickey could say, well, we've got enough of Peterson's voice. We just go do an AI thing and have somebody, who's really creative put together a plan and do a whole show.
Well, I mean, that's what some of the big media companies are doing with disc jockeys now.
Yeah.
They don't need them.
I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, if you can do it for just intros of records, at some point you're going to be able to do a 3-hour talk show.
It was bad enough voice tracking. Now they don't even need humans to do one of those.
Yeah, the voice tracking was a gimmick they pulled about 20 years, 90 and late 90s sometime, and they would have radio stations that owned more than one outlet would have one guy basically record stuff, and they would use it for all of them, and so they didn't have to hire disc jockeys anymore. And it sounded legit. I mean, it didn't sound legit to us, but the audience, all they knew was the guys playing music.
They had me doing sports for Memphis and Charleston, South Carolina.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's this AI business. I mean, honestly, how are you going to be able to tell if you're talking to a real person or not, and whether they're trying to mislead you deliberately
or not?
I mean, especially if it's your own family. I mean, it's good. The quality is good. Now, you just heard Joe Biden. Well, not really. But his own family would have said that.
What we just heard sounds too good to be Joe Biden.
I know, but still, I mean, it's scary. 420.
Well, you don't have to do the thing now. You have to click the thing to say whether you're a robot or not. There's got to be some kind of test over a phone or something to say, are you a robot, and to try and trip them up.
You have to find those squiggly figures and whether it's a number or something or whatever they used to do.
Now it's just a box. You just check the box that says, I am not a robot.
Yeah, well, the robot's going to figure that out. You would think.
If they're worth their salt.
Oh, man. 425. Oh, speaking of that, I want to talk about the mom who confronted another mom about fat shaming her daughter. But first, Flounder, I mentioned this yesterday, and I was kind of surprised when I heard you talking about this. I got to get my phone because I got a little thing here with the phone thing. For some reason, this just kind of popped up on my phone. And wait a second. I got a message from Jeff, I think, for Jeff and Mark. That's from Anthony. I'm sorry. I'll have to get that later, Anthony. I'll have to get back to you later. Here, on my phone, it popped up something about called an Oura Ring. OURA Ring Gen 3, a review of the popular health tracker. I hadn't known about this, but here's what it says. It's a ring that you wear in your finger, and it says it takes care of heart rate, body temperature, activity, sleep, and readiness. Guy says, if I've been on the go to the nth degree, I might get a message that says, time to ease up. Your resting heart rate shows you might not be fully recovered. To recharge your energy levels, take it easy today. That's what your ring will tell you. It'll give you the total sleep in hours and minutes, your total time in bed, your sleep efficiency, a percentage of how much time you spend awake versus asleep in bed, your resting heart rate, your restfulness, which tracks your wake-ups, your movement, and getting up from bed, how much time spent in different sleep stages like REM sleep or light sleep or deep sleep, and latency, how long it takes you to fall asleep, and timing when you fall asleep or take a nap. I don't believe it. Now, how in the world is it going to tell you the difference between when you're in REM sleep and NUP sleep and when you toss and turn and stuff like that? Flounder, does that really do that? You have one of these rings?
Yes, it does. Let's see. Last night, my sleep score was an 86.
And you have to sign up for an app, $6 monthly membership for an app that features your daily workout advice and meditation, stuff like that. So in other words, tell me
what
again.
What does 86 mean?
So actually, so my total sleep was 8 hours and 27 minutes.
That's a lot.
My efficiency was 89%. Restfulness was fair. REM sleep was 2 hours and 14 minutes. Deep sleep was 1 hour and 3 minutes. And latency was 20 minutes, and timing was optimal. Because one of the things it tracks is obviously your movement.
Who sleeps? What are you, a sloth? Who sleeps 8 hours and 27 minutes a night?
The funny thing is I sleep a lot better now because before, when I was working morning radio and I was working over at WSB, I worked overnights, and I would sometimes only average 3 to 4 hours a night of sleep.
Yeah. But how does it, so what does this mean? You can't change your REM sleep because it says you did 3 hours in REM sleep, rapid eye movement. But so what? I mean, what's that supposed to...
If anything, it's just letting you know how you're sleeping.
I got you. So I'm not
saying it can tell you to change it, but it's like, look, you're getting this amount, so...
Yeah, but it does all kind... I mean, it isn't just sleep, it's activity and all kinds of stuff, I guess. And the things, it says here, they start at $300, silver or black finish, premium colors can go to $400, and then they have launched a ring in collaboration with Gucci that sells for $950, ladies and gentlemen, for this little metal ring. Wearing your ring. So, do you like it? Is it valuable?
The thing is I originally, I've had a ring on this finger since I was my early 20s, and so it finally broke. And so I was just going to get another cheap one, but Veronica wouldn't let me. She's like, we need to get you something nicer. So she found this, and it's cool because you kind of track some of your health habits.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'd never heard of that, and here we are.
I didn't know Veronica talked with a lisp.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. You're sweetie.
Let's get you a watch.
You're Pookie. Does she call you Pookie?
No.
Hey, what's her pet name for you? What does she call you?
She calls me Brent or Babe.
Babe is good. Now, see, Babe. I knew that immediately. Yeah, Babe is cool. Babe is really cool. Who the hell?
What do you call her?
I'll just say Babe or her name.
Oh my goodness! Well, I've never heard of that. Hey,
what would you call your significant other?
Well, I had a name for it, and I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to mention.
He don't
it.
remember. It's been so long.
Yeah, well, no, believe me, screaming every night, and my nightmares, my nightmares. Anyway, almost 4:30. Coming up in a minute, we're going to talk about a mother who approached another mother who was fat shaming her daughter and said something out loud, and we'll see what you think about that. All that coming up. Plus, Billy Ray Cyrus, didn't make it the first year, Billy. All right, coming up more. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on 106.3. Here we go.
Atlanta radio legends collide on Extra 106.3. The legend Neil Bortz is live every week with Atlanta legend The Kimmer. Because when you get these two guys together, who knows where we'll end up?
I am shocked. Well, not that shocked.
The Kimmer is live on your drive home every weekday afternoon from 3 to 6. And now Neil Bortz joins this show every week. And if you miss it, catch up anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Hey, it's Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Exmark. Exmark has been building lawnmowers that pros use for 14 hours a day, yet they feel like they're in the seat of a luxury automobile. That is the real-world testament to Exmark comfort. Exmark has over 3 decades of leading-edge engineering and good old-fashioned work ethic to create a product that is the #1 choice in lawnmowers for professional landscapers and large acreage owners. Stop by Howard Brothers today and get in the seat of an Exmark mower. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Exmark and Howard Brothers.
As an official community partner of the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves Foundation, the Warrior Alliance connects warriors and their families to free services such as health and wellness, housing, employment, education, legal services, and so much more. We need your financial support to increase our impact and change thousands of lives for those who served in the U.S. Armed Forces. It takes more than just thank you for your service. Make a donation to help warriors navigate to success after service. Go to thewarrioralliance.org/donate and make a difference today.
Neil Borch here. Maybe you've already taken the steps to improve your health, maybe save your life. You're using a CPAP for your sleep apnea. I've been using one for well over 20 years. So right now I'm here to tell you about a source for CPAPs and CPAP supplies here in the Atlanta area. CPAPs, etc. They're in Alpharetta. They have whatever you need. Roddy and Sharon are your CPAP experts, and they'll ship nationwide. More information, cpapsetc.com.
So you conquered the hardest part. You found the one, got approval from the family, shopped for the engagement ring, and you popped the question. Nice job. But you're not done. It's time to plan the wedding. Pick the dress, pick your tux, plan the honeymoon, and yes, find the perfect wedding bands. Well, you're in luck because Wedding Band Weekend is back at Solomon Brothers Jewelers. June 21st through the 23rd is the perfect time to stop in and shop all of the top brands in the industry. You'll find the ring of her dreams. And here is the best part. During Wedding Band Weekend, when you purchase her qualifying ring, you'll get your ring absolutely free. So don't miss Wedding Band Weekend, June 21st through the 23rd in Buckhead, Alpharetta, and Sharpsburg. And at Solomon Brothers, no matter the price, you'll find something nice. You can also shop online at solomonbrothers.com and on Instagram at Solomon Brothers. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, the preferred jeweler of the Atlanta Braves.
I'm trying, my friends, I'm trying really hard to live up to the precepts of that wonderful book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Flip.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
All right, hold on. Here we go.
Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy, and there is no place I'm going to.
Me ain't going to.
Hey, Mr. Tambourine
This is not a good song. I mean, it's a great song, but it's not. No, it's. I love the song, but I don't love his version of it. I'm sorry.
The Byrds
do a better version. A regular kind of a not so waggy twangy. But it's Bob Dylan. Oh, and by the way, the concert a week from Friday that I mentioned I'm going to be a nightmare trying to get home from. Yeah, the concert is Bob Dylan, Willie Nelson, Robert Plant, and Alison Krauss. Wow. Who I love. But again, I'll never get home. I'll never get home. There'll be people, I'll bet you they'll be showing up at noon and camping out to get parking spots for that concert. Yeah. Oh, my God. That's a week from Friday at the amphitheater up there. Bob Dylan on 1967 album Greatest Hits peaked at number 10 in America. I can't believe only number 10. The cover photograph of that album was taken by Roland Sherman at Dylan's November 28th concert in Washington, winning the 1967 Grammy Award for Best Album Cover. In photography, the original album package included Milton Glazer's now familiar psychedelic poster depicting Bob Dylan, 1967. And he was, he was the man. Let's see, our history list, we got a couple of double whammies here. 1921. Again, World War I time. President Warren G. Harding in 1921 on this day had a message for American families. Every young man should go through military training camp. And then it was 2 years to the day, 1919, earlier, that American units made the first airplane bombing run in world history in World War I's Western Front in France. American they weren't jets, they were prop bomber planes, did their thing. And also, in 1987, on this day, the great communicator Ronald Reagan stands in front of the Berlin Wall.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
And luckily, he did not say, I'm a jelly donut, which is what John F. Kennedy apparently said by mistake when he was here at the thing. Anyway, 426, Kimmer, Peter, and Flounder. How's it going? 404.
436.
What did I say? 26. 436. God, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. I think we did a comedian some time ago whose whole bit was, you get to a certain age, you wake up and you say, what the hell, am I working out in my sleep all of a sudden? My whole body, something is, I don't know what the hell is going on. My God, it's like, geez, my back and my hips and like a kidney thing or something. I mean, it's just like I'm all strained, like I've been hanging doing push-ups and then upside. I don't know what's going on. That's the damnedest thing.
You should film yourself at night.
I don't think I want to see. Well, I'm still nervous since that time when I woke up and my room was destroyed. When I in the middle of, I was standing. It was a few months ago, and I woke up standing in my bedroom. My lamp was on the floor. My books were down the hall. My water bottle was up against the wall. One of my guns was luckily not fired. I destroyed the whole my bedroom. As something happened, I was throwing stuff around on my nightstand, and it was all over the place. And I have no possible. I woke up standing up.
Ambien's a hell of a drug.
I'll tell you. I know I killed a guy. I know it, but they can't prove it, so I'm not going to say anything. 437. Billy Ray Cyrus. Again, this is kind of bad. I think his wife was named Fire Rose. Have you heard about this?
Yeah.
Billy Ray Cyrus, 62 years old, and his Australian singer wife, Fire Rose, who is 36, have cited Billy Ray Cyrus calling it quits less than a 7-month-long marriage. Billy Ray Cyrus alleges inappropriate marital conduct. The achy breaky hard country crooner submitted a petition to end a grounds for annulment. Consent to marriage was obtained by fraud. Husband charges he's entitled to an annulment since he gave consent to marriage based on fraud by the wife that had he known he would not have entered into the bonds of matrimony with his wife. He's paying her $500 a night to get a room while they go to things, $5,000 a month to get a housing in the meantime while they work out the stuff. They got married at his place in October. Again, last 7-month marriage. They said, this will always be the beautiful, joyous day, our two souls united as one in holy matrimony. The most perfect, ethereal celebration of love we could have ever imagined. Oh, he said, I met my future bride 13 years ago on the set of Hannah Montana. My dog would go out there and take care of business. We'd stretch. I think I much missed Tennessee. And then Fire Rose came out the front door. There was almost a moment of, recognition. It was like, this girl's a star. Billy Ray Cyrus has 5 kids with his ex-wife, Tish. And this girl, Fire Rose, was married once before, too. Anyway, she's 36 and he's 62. And the lasted 7 months, he said she did something bad about the inappropriate marital conduct. Would he catch her cheating already?
We got married in a fever.
Yeah, Fire Rose. And he's something bad happened in the first 7 months, and he wants to annul the marriage. Not just, he doesn't want to divorce her, he wants to annul it. Like it never happened. Boy, you can do that? Oh, sorry. After 19, can you? Oh, never mind. 404-741-20.
You can do it after 3. I know that for a fact.
19 years. I want my money back. 439 with a Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And I thought this was the same girl we talked about yesterday because of one line in this story, but apparently it's not true. A TikTok girl claiming to be a trad wife, which is a traditional housewife type, has been fired from her job after filming herself in the kitchen using some really bad words while she was making something or other. Her name is Lily Gaddis, and she's gotten a lot of backlash. She calls herself a trad wife, someone who believes in the outdated notion that a woman's role is in the home, cooking, cleaning, and caring for children. It says on outdated notion here in the script. Before her videos took off on social media, she worked as a marketing sales manager at a home health care company and in the Carolinas, and they have fired her because in the video, this girl airs her grievances that certain guys think all women are gold diggers as she cooks in her kitchen. Quote, you're getting the opinion from some dumb whores and immigrants fresh off the boat looking for a green card. Yes, they're probably gold diggers, but that's the exception. I'm the rule. Everyone I know that's married right now is married to some broke-ass N-word, and they don't care. We don't give a blank about money, unquote. Well, that didn't go over too well. This girl apparently used to gain notoriety for ranting on the Chinese-owned platform that nerds in high school. This is why I thought it was a girl we talked about from yesterday, who was actually talking about this. She said she previously gained notoriety on TikTok, saying in high school there were people we just didn't hang out with. And they grew to be famous actors and tech billionaires and scientists who are making all the laws and ruining the world for normies like her. That sounds like yesterday's girl.
Yeah, that's not. And she wasn't a normie. She was a stuck-up cheerleader.
Yeah,
so,
but again, even doubling down on the use of the racial slur, she said, "Oh, you heard me. Thanks, black community, for helping to launch my new career in conservative media." Anyway, what an idiot. I mean, again, TikToking and influencing. I mean, I can't believe it. This is so wrong. I mean, I know I sound like some get off my lawn, old fart, but am I alone here? I mean, how can you possibly be doing this as a business? I mean, what value other than entertainment of watching something for a while? But I mean, what are you doing? What are you giving? What are you offering? You're not making tables and chairs and, teaching things to people. You're just spouting something from your...
getting money for nothing.
I mean, it's
money for nothing.
How long can that last? How long can a civilization survive where people are making money by doing stuff on their phone? At some point, you got to have people digging ditches and building roads. I mean, seriously, building cars and airplanes. And my God.
As the great Judge Smells points out, the world needs ditch diggers too.
Sit down, Danny. The question you have to ask yourself is, what do you stand for, Danny? Goodness or badness? Oh, I want to be good, sir.
Are you my friend?
The last thing anyone needs right now is a lot of loose talk about our behavior. I swear to God, I didn't say a thing. Good. How about a fresca? My niece has a certain kind of zest for living.
Are we going to do the whole movie here?
I might. 443. Anyway, I'll do this very quickly thing. I'm sorry. I'm just clowning around and being a goof. I'm still trying to figure out how to spend the time before I have to go to the concert that's tonight with Dave Matthews Band. So I think I'll just go look for I need to buy a new pair of shoes. So I may just go to North Point Mall and look for some shoes and then go home and have a late dinner. Anyway. But it puts everything late. Then I do all my history and stuff late, and everything's late.
What happened to your leprechaun cobbler you used to go get your shoes fixed? I mean, you had 40-year-old shoes. You kept
that's right. I do. I should do a video of all the shoes. I'll bet they're 30, 40 years old. And they're, I have like 4 different pairs of wingtips. I have 4 different pairs of tassel loafers, all different styles and deep shades and stuff.
I saw something recently. The man who made the Morris automobile in England.
Yeah, I
made him a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, Morris Minor, the Morris Minor, famous automobile. Yeah.
His hobby was fixing his own shoes. He literally had the thing set up in his bedroom where he could basically rebuild his own shoes.
Yeah.
That's how cheap.
Oh, they have the wheels and the leather things, and you can do the sewing and the stuff. Yeah, it's pretty.
Horse.
I'll be damned. 444. A woman was. Let's see. She was approaching another mom in public. Let's see. Hearing what one woman was saying to her daughter, and she said the mother was making passive-aggressive comments to her daughter about her body. It was troubling for this woman to hear. I approached a mom in public about her mothering. Wouldn't say I'd recommend it. We left some ruffled feathers, but hear me out. I was trying on clothes. Next to me, there was a mom with a 20-something looking woman, and the conversation was like this. I think I'm just used to you looking thinner. The girl says, I'm still thin, Mom. That's when the daughter replied that she had been lifting weights to explain her new physique. I think it's just my taste. I like long hair, the girl said. The daughter says, I'm still thin, Mom. In a dismissive note, the mother says, oh, yeah, you are. The observer said, I was so appalled. I felt it warranted interjection. Mothers of the world, be proud of your daughters when they're lifting weights and getting stronger and their muscles are getting bigger. You could just go blank if you felt like it. She was so strong in convictions because she did it for the 12-year-old little sister that might be watching. And she complained about the woman fat-shaming her daughter or kind of, mocking her. Reaction, a daughter with a mother like that, thanks for saying something. It feels nice when a stranger sticks up for you. I'm 45. My mother always comments about my weight. Been doing it for 30 years. I'm still working on my relationship with my weight and food. Another said, trying on wedding dresses. My mother said, it's a shame I'm so fat. I was a size 6. Good grief. Anyway, it's just...
Ricky Gervais says we called him fat, so we had to come up with the word obese because it upset them to call him fat. And now they don't like the word obese, so what are we going to call him, round?
I don't know. Geometrically challenged or something. The 446 with a Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on your Wednesday afternoon. How's it going?
Verdict that has truly changed America.
I cannot believe guilty on all 34 counts.
As we enter the heart of election season, what does this mean for conservatives?
As an attorney, as somebody who's committed your life to this, how much does it bother you to see the rule of law in very weird way applied?
It's greatly concerning to me.
Trust Atlanta's only conservative voice for the real answers and the perspectives that matter to you.
It's time for red state attorney generals and district attorneys to get busy.
This is Extra 106.3 FM and streaming free across Georgia on the Extra app.
It's the time of year where the owner of Central Heating and Air, Santa Chuck, is bringing back the 4th annual Christmas in July, benefiting Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Now through July, $10 from every new maintenance agreement will go directly to the Christmas in July program. The more maintenance agreements you sign up for, the bigger and better we can make Christmas in July. And remember that Central Services all makes and models. So call 770-GET-HEAT, go to centralheat.com. Carrier products, carry peace of mind. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, your Atlanta carrier expert.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Extra 106.3 listeners are falling in love with Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell.
Me and my wife now find our favorite sandwich place. That food over there was great.
Yeah, those rolls are so soft and sweet. I mean, it was just melt in your mouth. It was, and the steak was tender and juicy and flavorful. I can't say enough about it. It was very, very impressive.
It was so good.
Make Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell on Woodstock Road your new favorite spot for lunch or dinner. Nucky'sHoagies.com.
Hey Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. And now, the security riddle of the day. What's less secure than a fake safe from a furniture or big box store? Joe Biden's fake border policy, of course. But hey, there is good news. This time next year, Joe Biden will not be president. So drop by Atlanta Safe House and check out the largest selection of safes in the Southeast. Build a wall around your valuables with a safe from the Safe House. We have certified delivery crews to install your safe. With over 30 years in the safe business, the Safe House is the place to buy safe in Georgia. So go to atlantasafehouse.com.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Ownwell. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ownwell.com/terms. Estimate based on your neighborhood average and individual results may vary.
Here in Atlanta, we've got history, good food, sky view, and outrageous sky-high property taxes. Sometimes with a bill 5 times higher than other Georgia counties. But luckily, there's Ownwell. Ownwell can appeal and reduce your property taxes and potentially save you thousands of dollars.
And right now, you can sign up for free by texting LEARN to 64,000.
You don't have to be an expert to save thousands of dollars every year because Ownwell's cutting-edge technology and local tax experts do all the legwork for you. And you only pay if you save. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the view.
Sign up now, free. Don't pay unless you save. Text LEARN to 64,000. Text LEARN to 64,000. Text LEARN to 64,000.
Have you considered securing your family's future, protecting your hard-earned assets, navigating complex legal matters with ease? Nelson Elder Care Law is here to guide and empower you and your loved ones. As a family-owned and family-focused business, our mission is to exceed your expectations, offering absolute assurance and peace of mind. With our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust and expertise in customized estate planning, Medicaid crisis solutions, probate administration, guardianship, and conservatorship, Nelson Elder Care Law protects what matters most to you. Imagine a team dedicated to safeguarding your legacy every step of the way. Our flat fees ensure transparency, and our customized plans prioritize your family's specific needs. Are you worried about protecting your family and your legacy after you're gone? Let us help you ensure you're absolutely protected from whatever curveballs life may throw your way. Schedule a complimentary legacy planning meeting with our legal team in Marietta or Woodstock today. Contact us at 678-250-9355 or visit at nelsoneldercarelaw.com.
For anyone living with everyday aches and pains, there's a lot of things you can try. You know, tough it out, bite the bullet, grin and bear it. Or you can try something that has helped so many other people, Relief Factor. Relief Factor is a 100% drug-free daily supplement that helps your body fight pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor uses a unique formula of natural ingredients that addresses the inflammation where pain starts. And Relief Factor doesn't just mask pain for a short time. It helps reduce or even eliminate it all day, every day. Wherever you're hurting, your back, neck, joints, or muscles, in about 3 weeks or less, you'll see a difference and rediscover what it's like to feel better and live better. So if everyday pain is affecting your life, don't go with the mind over matter approach. Try Relief Factor instead. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF and save on your first order. That's 1-800-4RELIEF. Fight pain naturally with Relief Factor.
It's been a hard day's night.
The Kimmer Beatles.
And I've been working like a
The actual original Beatles. Yeah. I love you. Oh, God, we love these songs. Everybody. I mean, what a time. 1965, the Beatles were included in the Queen's Birthday Honors List to each receive the MBE, the Mother Bureau of Eccentricity, or whatever. Protest poured into Buckingham Palace, and the MP, Hector Dupuy, said British royalty has put me on the same level as a bunch of vulgar numbskulls. That's what the MP stands for. I forgot what it stands for. Municipal prefect or some freaking thing, whatever.
Minister of Parliament, I believe.
Whatever, some big, he's a big
member of Parliament.
Member of Parliament, that's what it is. And he said, British royalties put me on the same level as a bunch of vulgar numbskulls. Wow. This day in history, in 1978, serial killer David Berkowitz was sentenced to 25 years to life for the 6 Son of Sam murders in New York. David Berkowitz became a born-again Christian 10 years later in 1987 and started calling himself the Son of Hope instead of the Son of Sam. And David Berkowitz gets a parole hearing every 2 years, but he skips them because even he does not think he should be released. So he doesn't even go.
That Netflix show is out a couple years there about the serial killers, the FBI first checking in on them back in the 70s and 80s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They claim he admitted to them he made it all up.
Really?
The dog and all that. He said it was all bull crap.
Well, I actually have heard that about the dog, the German Shepherd. It was just that, and I'm not sure whether they ever got to the motive. It was just he was just like to kill people or sneak up on him for the nuts and also, I mean, the thrill of it. Can you imagine? I mean, imagine you are going to kill somebody, so you've got your gun and so you sneak up on them and it must be an unbelievable. Just overwhelming experience in your head. I just can't believe it. It just like I remember as a kid when I used to shoplift, and when I was like 7, 8, 9 years old, we go into the 5 and dime store and I'd steal a pair of gloves or something, and I was like, oh God, the feeling and the euphoria and the what do you call it, when you get your heart rate all going up there with the stuff that goes in your blood, the adrenaline thing, stuff like that. Yeah, I knew it.
So, anyway. Are you the guy that's going into Dollar Generals and ripping them off at their self-checkouts?
Yeah, I've stolen all that Jerry curl all these years.
and ragu.
It didn't work. Obviously, it worked the wrong way. 454. The mystery is solved of a terrible story 53 years ago. A private jet leaving on a snowy, cold night from Burlington International Airport to Providence, Rhode Island, carrying 2 crew members and 3 employees from Cousins Properties from Atlanta. George Nikita, Donald Myers, and Frank Wilder, Richard Kirby Windsor, and Robert Williams III were never found. The plane disappeared. Well, now a fellow has done some exploring and believes he's found the aircraft of the 10-seat jet at the bottom of Lake Champlain.
Wow.
The daughter of George the pilot is Christina Coffey. She says you can't find peace until you find all the pieces, and today's the day, and it's done. They discovered it a few days ago, but waited till the families were notified. During a follow-up search, his team used remote-operated vehicles and high-resolution imaging technology, found pieces of debris that had never been seen before, broken fuselage, main body of the aircraft in the depths of water, matching paint to the plane, vanished all those years ago. And let's see, the exact locations confidential to protect and respect the site till they get to site. The passengers and the crew are obviously still down there. They've been dealing with this all these years, 53 years. Frank Wilder's son, also named Frank Wilder, says he was overcome with emotions, a feeling of shock and disbelief at the time. I've never thought this day would come. I'm so relieved that they found it. George's daughter said, I'm glad it's here in my lifetime. I'm glad my mom is still alive. I cried because, we've had a lot of false alarms, something that looks like a plane that's not a plane, and now it's hit. One of the granddaughters, Barbara Nikita, says similar reaction, a very odd feeling. I look at the photos, I go between shock and awe, sick to my stomach, but it's closure. It will be closure. This will be their resting place.
You know that lake.
Yeah.
It's long
Yeah.
and it's deep and it's cold. So it's probably preserved down underneath there.
Yeah.
But if it's the middle of a December snowy night back in 71, probably not as populated as it is now.
No, by far.
And nobody would have been out if it went down at night. No one would have saw it.
And now the question is, are they going to go? It's going to cost a fortune to get that debris out of and everything else. So are they going to leave it there as a resting place? You leave dead bodies in a lake knowing they're there? I can't imagine. Anyway, I honestly, I don't know.
You'd think it would have made a hell of a noise, though, when it hit.
Yeah.
Michael's on the line. He's got a round people joke for us.
Excellent. Michael, you're on the radio, man. Let us have it. What's up?
Jim, I absolutely love the show, buddy. So glad to hear y'all back on the radio.
Thank you.
So getting back to that fat shaming, I went to my doctor, and he says, Michael, you got to do something. You got to get in shape. Round is not a shape.
Round is hey, there you go. Wow, boy, that was almost like an actual professional comedian for Nucky's Hoagies or something. It's almost the same thing as this guy right here.
I'm already nervous to perform in Portland, just because you guys are you know? You guys are like, I like you guys because you're the most woke. But you're also somehow white trash. Like, I'm trying to figure it out. It's like we set up a community garden so everybody can have access to agriculture. Please stop smoking meth in the community garden. And then some of you guys are like, why can't he smoke meth in the community garden? That's my favorite kind of Northwest liberal. Why can't he? Why? Are you trying to place judgment on that?
I missed part of that in my hearing things, I think, for the echo and stuff. But what's that? Who's that guy, Flounder?
His name is Andy Haynes.
Andy Haynes. All right, there you go. By the way, did you see the video of that bus hijack in Atlanta? The afternoon rush hour yesterday? Holy smokes. I saw the video of the hijack. That guy was crashing into cars. He smashed into a police car getting away. Oh, my God.
It was speed 3.
B3
or 4.
It's unbelievable. I mean, holy smokes. We'll talk about the story. And by the way, the guy who shot and killed a passenger has been arrested in the past 19 times. 19 times. And finally, a cop had to shoot the engine of the bus to get it to stop. Coming up more, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 5 o'clock on 106.3. Look out.
and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches.
Held in contempt. This is a Fox News alert. I'm Kevin Uretsky. The House has now voted on a resolution concerning Attorney General Merrick Garland.
On this vote, the yeas are 216, the nays are 207. The resolution is adopted. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
The Attorney General held in contempt after refusing to hand over tapes of President Biden's interview with Special Counsel Robert Hur, defying a congressional subpoena. Democrats think that it's retribution for former President Trump's legal problems. The Federal Reserve announcing this afternoon it will hold interest rates where they are for the 7th straight time. Inflation remains persistently elevated, but has cooled in recent months.
Now, inflation moving down would open the door for the Federal Reserve to start cutting interest rates, possibly before the election. In fact, 61% of the market now believes that that first rate cut comes in September. Having those cuts, in turn, could change the poll numbers for President Joe Biden here. Now, one of the president's top advisors advisors told CNN that the unemployment rate has been at or below 4% for the longest stretch in 50 years, even though the last time it was actually 4% was January of 2022.
Fox's Edward Lawrence. President Biden now in Italy for the G7 summit, where he's expected to sign a long-term pledge of support for Ukraine tomorrow. Fox's Jackie Heinrich is there.
The president is skipping the G7 dinner tomorrow night. The White House didn't have a good explanation for why, except to say he'll be engaged with foreign leaders for his 2.5 days in Italy and, quote, not to read too much into it. Earlier in the evening, the president slated to speak to reporters in a press conference alongside Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who Biden met with in France. Zelensky's presence creates a format where President Biden will only be obligated to answer 2 questions. So,
again, Fox's Jackie Heinrich. America is listening to Fox News.
Madame Giselle senses something big coming. Is it a career change? Everything looks wet. I'm going to be a swim teacher. There's a roof. A swim teacher who also does roofing. No, the roof of your RV has a leak and it's ruining the furniture. Oh, that's okay. I'm covered by Progressive. But maybe I'm a swim teaching roofer who makes furniture.
Customize your coverage with Progressive's Roof Protection Plus and be prepared for the unexpected. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Roof Protection Plus available for RVs less than 6 years old. $250 deductible applies to any claim.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by July 31st, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right a plank. And the underdog target. Hair, pal, hair, pop, tail, pal. First one to the rear. Hair, pal, hair, pop, road guards out. Hair, pal, hair, pop, tail. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. How you doing? 5:03 with the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Happy Hump Day Wednesday. And they said they were going to do it, and they were going to do it. And the figures, one Republican said, no, you don't. Talking about the Merrick Garland business. We'll get to that here in a second. Also, and it may not be done even with that. I wish they'd had the opportunity to have him led away in handcuffs. And we'll talk about the Merrick Garland thing. Also, more on the Biden team and all. And these freaking liberals are coming out saying that it was really good news to show there's no any kind of collusion with the Department of Justice of any kind, proving because I mean, it's just, and they still call Donald Trump a dictator, say he's going to commit bloodshed if he's reelected again. I mean, just these lies, these dirty, stinking lies. And wait to hear about this Ohio congressman who didn't go along with the Merrick Garland resolution today, and why, which is exactly the opposite reason of what we should be doing, which is to get back. We need a revenge tour against all those Democrats who are trying to destroy our country. They are the ones using the Department of Justice, using social media, using the FBI, using the fake 51 guys with a 100 laptop thing. I mean, you know the whole story. And they've been complaining about that they're afraid Trump's going to do what they have been doing for more than 4 years, since Trump was elected. Anyway, we got that going for us here, too. 404-741-1230. 404-741-1230. Also, here's more. I'm going to tell you about this case with this Ohio guy. The measure in the House today to hold Attorney General Merrick Garland in contempt of Congress because he refused to reveal and release the audio recordings of the document where Special Counsel Robert Hur interviewed President Joe White Trash. And they refused to release the audio because they say the Republicans are you going to use it for a bad purpose to embarrass him. So what? You do not have the right to say, well, I think it'll look bad for the guy I support, so I'm not going to give it to you. I don't think that's what the law says. I'm fairly sure that's not in the code. It doesn't matter whether you like it or not. Turn it the hell over. This is what they do. They say, we're not going to cooperate. Forget it. We're just not going to do it.
The whole thing is a joke.
Oh, my God. Anyway, so the measure passed party lines. One Republican voted against holding Merrick Garland in contempt. One Republican voted against holding him in contempt. Republican David Joyce of Ohio. Joyce released a statement, quote, As a former prosecutor, I cannot in good conscience support a resolution that would further politicize our judicial system to score political points. The American people expect Congress to work for them, solve policy problems, and prioritize good governance. Enough is enough. Unquote. No, it's not. This is not enough by a mile. Every one of those people who signed the Hunter fake laptop document should not only have their security clearances taken away forever, period, right now, this minute, they should also be charged with a crime of trying to interfere with a federal election. And the federal Gestapo investigation director, Christopher the Cossack Ray, knew the laptop was real since 2019. And they hid the fact. And by the way, this is the other thing that kills me about this. He hid the fact from the American public, and every one of those guys who signed that document knew the laptop was real. The only way they can get away with signing it and then doubling down on it is because they were saying, well, we didn't say it wasn't real. We just said it has all the earmarks of Russian disinformation. So they claim that because they said that, they can pretend that they were just trying to do the public some good, warning about a possible thing with a thing. My ass. They all knew that was a real laptop, and they all signed the document anyway. They lied to the American people in hopes of helping the Biden campaign win a federal election. Every one of them is responsible for trying to steal an election. And the guy who did the Steele dossier, the FBI agents in the Steele dossier, the guys who changed the information for the FISA court, the most important secret court in the land, they should also be arrested, and nothing ever happened to them. Anyway, we go on and on and on. It's absolutely...
and we're supposed to obey the law. We're supposed to believe in a system that is obviously so crooked that it's beyond repair.
Yeah, and they're claiming, and now the liberals are releasing information saying, oh my God, Donald Trump's going to kill people. He released an emoji in an email sharing a message, quote, haul out the guillotine. The Trump campaign posted a shared message called Haul Out the Guillotine, and they're trying to say that Donald Trump is coming after you. There's going to be bloodshed. They already have a commercial running that they use Donald Trump saying, boy, there's going to be bloodshed. He was talking about the Detroit auto industry, but they're trying to say he's coming after his enemies. They want to put us in concentration camps. They want to change our lives. That he's going to be a dictator if he gets in trouble. We can't let him ruin our country, which is what they've been. I mean, it's just, I can't, I'm screaming inside about this. And the more they say it, the more they get away with it. Hopefully not. Anyway, I got that. By the way, a couple of quick crime things here. Oh, now my stupid was it lapad, lap something, is going nuts.
iPad. Although I think you just made something up, a lap pad.
I knew. Used to have a girl with a famous lap pad. I guess we've been talking about crime quite a bit here lately, and here's what's going on lately in L.A. with an A-list actress, Goldie Hawn. Goldie Hawn is 78 years old. She said that her home in Los Angeles was robbed once recently while she was out to dinner with a few friends and with Kurt Russell, her partner of 40 years. If we couldn't live in L.A., where would we live? We both decided, I think it's Palm Desert. It's so safe. It's just because L.A. is terrible. I mean, we were robbed once. She complained that she and Kurt gone 2 hours and 20 minutes, came back in a normal situation, went in the house, went up the stairs, walked into my closet, and lost it. They had broken in from the balcony to our bedroom and our closets. They completely knocked down the door, a safe door, which is very, very sophisticated. Somehow they got all of my goodies, if you know what I mean. And she said, that's it. We're getting out of L.A. 4 months later, she was alone at home with her dog. She heard a startling noise in another room. I heard a big thump. Kurt wasn't there. I went, what the hell was that? A sonic boom, somebody jumping somewhere. It turns out that somebody was trying to get into the bedroom while she was in the house. Goldie Hawn, L.A., and they don't live in a slum. I mean, you know what I mean? This is anybody, everybody. It's just unbelievable. The guy who hijacked the bus, 19 arrests. And if you didn't see the video, holy mackerel. So literally slamming into, well, he had to. The bus driver said the guy had a gun to his head, and the guy said, if you don't get away, I'll kill you. So he just slammed into cars. He crunching them like the movies, where the bus plows the car out of the way. He did it. You can see it. A cop car. He plowed into a cop car. They finally shot the engine out and made him stop. Speaking of crime, this was unbelievable in California near Sacramento. Wendy Munson's 57 years old. In Sutter County, she teaches at the Neustro, I guess, is elementary school. And apparently people's noticed some problems. Deputies arrived at the school after somebody said something is not right here. They watched her and she's just, something's not right. So the deputies were called to the school. They walked into her class. She appeared to be drunk, slurring her speech and showing signs of having hit the bottle. Video evidence provided of her driving to school and failing a sobriety test afterwards. She was taken, this is a teacher, taken into custody, 57 years old, suspicion of driving under the influence and child endangerment. Her alcohol level was well above the 0.08. After an 8-month investigation, prosecutors announced no charges filed. The school did not conclusively prove that she was intoxicated. She didn't exhibit overt signs of being impaired when she got out of the car. She didn't get out of the car and stumble or anything. She couldn't establish whether she was drunk driving to work or whether she started drinking at school. Oh, so if she blew a .2, it was at school. They couldn't prove she was drunk when she was in the car. Also, she could not meet the legal criteria for child endangerment. She would have had to place them in a position where they are in danger and not might be in danger. We tried because I don't like that conduct. It's unacceptable, but it's not criminal. A drunk teacher in an elementary school, hey.
It depends how young the kids are. If the kids are very small, that's endangerment, but not older kids.
Anyway, it's crime in America.
Well, if you're older, it's like, hey, I want to party with you.
I get to know you later. 5:13, Holy Crap of Sports is coming up with a Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder and Flounder's Funnies, and we got all kinds of stuff here. Look out. Yeah, there we go.
Latest breaking news to the conservative voices you know and trust. Your best new follow on social media is Extra 1063. We're at XTRA 1063 on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and LinkedIn, and pretty much any social media you scroll through every day. And we drop exclusive giveaways, new daily content, and the latest breaking news from Georgia and across this great nation. Interact with your favorite Extra personalities. Get the latest on our live events and so much more. Follow at Extra 1063 across all your social media and keep up with Atlanta's only conservative voice.
It is so important to prepare in case of any emergency, and there's one place you can do that, and that's True Prep in Marietta on Cobb Parkway. But before you get into preparing, you need to know everything that goes into preparing. That's why they have all these great classes. They always have an intro to emergency preparedness class. What about a bug out bag? Make sure that you go to their class on that. And also, don't forget, they also do blood drives, everything else. It's your one-stop shop for preparedness. True Prep, Marietta, Cobb Parkway, or online, trueprep.com. That's TRUprep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep.
Shooting drills. A coach who knows the game can teach their team how to improve. But one who genuinely cares about each player
you have what it takes. We got this.
Can inspire them to win. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Because when you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Start feeling unstoppable. Visit truist.com/care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
So you conquered the hardest part. You found the one, got approval from the family, shopped for the engagement ring, and you popped the question. Nice job. But you're not done. It's time to plan the wedding. Pick the dress, pick your tux, plan the honeymoon, and yes, find the perfect wedding bands. Well, you're in luck because Wedding Band Weekend is back at Solomon Brothers Jewelers. June 21st through the 23rd is the perfect time to stop in and shop all of the top brands in the industry. You'll find the ring of her dreams. And here is the best part. During Wedding Band Weekend, when you purchase her qualifying ring, you'll get your ring absolutely free. So don't miss Wedding Band Weekend, June 21st through the 23rd in Buckhead, Alpharetta, and Sharpsburg. And at Solomon Brothers, no matter the price, you'll find something nice. You can also shop online at SolomonBrothers.com and on Instagram at Solomon Brothers. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, the preferred jeweler of the Atlanta Braves.
Look out. Our 5 o'clock hour is sponsored by our friends at Lee Brandt Jewelers, where luxury jewelry and watches are affordable. Drop by their store in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com. 516. Hey, holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
I don't know what's more moribund today, Jerry West or the Braves offense.
Oh, my goodness. Moribund.
Actually, it's the
Look at
offense.
you. Moribund.
That's right.
Oh, yowie.
The offense at least still has a chance of recovering. Poor Jerry.
Yeah.
Not so much. No. Another shutout loss last night, 4-0 in Baltimore. One fan says they're stuck in a bad Venn diagram where the two circles they're now part of, they meet. And those two circles are playing badly and worst luck.
Yeah.
That's
true?
what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Case in point, Michael Harris leads off the game with a triple. 3 outs later, he's still cooling his jets on third base. Top of the second, 2 on, 1 out. Sean Murphy blasts one in orbit to left field. Orioles left fielder catches it at the base of the wall. That would have been a home run in 29 of the 30 MLB ballparks.
That's right.
I was listening to the Orioles play-by-play man. He calls it the Great Wall of Baltimore. Bottom of that same inning, the O's' Jorge Mateo hits one to left. Bang, 3-run homer, and the game is just about over. Jorge filling in for Baltimore's best player, Gunnar Henderson, and they still don't miss a beat.
Yeah.
How bad it's going for the Braves right now.
Yeah, and by the way, Baltimore, I think they're behind the Yankees, but the Yankees have been exploding lately. But Baltimore's been a
best
good
team in baseball.
Yeah, they've been a very good
pretty
team.
much.
Yeah.
But the only bright spots, Marcell Ozuna's 2 hits, the bullpen pitching scoreless innings. But Max Fried gave up all 4 runs in 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. He falls to 6-3. Albert Suarez the win for the O's. Austin Riley's batting average down to 225. Adam Duvall's 174. The Tigers' Spencer Torkelson hit over 30 homers last season, and they just sent him down to the minor leagues.
Wow.
Just saying. Starting to worry about manager Brian Snitker, too. After every loss, he sounds more and more like Matt Ryan did at the end of those Falcons losses there the last 3 or 4 years. Slogans delivered with a blank stare. Yeah, we're just going to work harder, and it's just, nothing's working.
Yeah.
The Braves have scored the fewest amount of runs in Major League Baseball since April 24th. They set records last year. It's the same guys, pretty much, and the fewest.
Yeah.
Same 2 teams tonight. The bad news, the Braves send rookie Spencer Schrellenbach. He's 0-2 with an ERA over 8. That's the bad news.
Yeah.
The good news, he's up against Baltimore's Cade Povich, a lefty with a record of 0-1 and an ERA over 10.
And she happens to be a 12-year-old girl, which will help a lot, too, for this. Maybe I should go up and give him a pep talk. Should I go to give the Braves a pep talk? I'll give one of my speeches.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Thanks, Kimmer.
I didn't know what you were doing. You got to tell me these things. I was trying to be part of the program. I started over from the
right
beginning.
as he said.
Yeah, go right back before. Do it what you were going to do. Time to get ready.
The moment's lost.
Take 2. No. I want to hear.
Moment's gone.
I missed the bit. I want to hear the bit. I didn't hear the bit. I want to hear the bit.
Step on every
well,
good
all right,
line.
at 5:34, we're going to do the
kidding.
bit.
I'm kidding. Let's move. Michael Harris leading off tonight. Ozzie batting second. Ozuna has been moved up to third. Riley dropped down the 5th. Brian Anderson is in right field. He's batting 8th, so he's shaking it up a little bit tonight. Headline on MLB Trade Rumors Twitter site reads, Orioles exploring bullpen market. I thought every ballpark already had to have a bullpen. I mean, just
how much are they anyway?
Just kidding. Yeah. An idiot ran onto the field in Cincinnati last night during the Guardians-Reds game. When the police got close, he did a backflip to elude them like Ozzie Smith used to. The Popo was so impressed, they tasered him, which is always great entertainment right there on the field. The 19-year-old had his day in court today, released on his own recognizance. He is banned from the ballpark for now. The photo sequence, don't watch the video. Look at the photo sequence. I put it on Facebook. It is the epitome of the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Yeah. Tasing.
Perfect photo shot. Yeah, the agony of his face as he's tasered in the back.
Yeah.
The look of glee on the cop's face as he finally nails him. It's perfect. NBA Hall of Famer Jerry West, as a player and executive and whose silhouette is the basis of the NBA logo, has passed away this morning. He was 86. West, the third player in NBA history to reach 25,000 points, an all-star every year of his career, led the LA Lakers to the finals 9 times. He won 1 title back in 71-72 season, a 12-time All-NBA selection, an NBA Finals MVP as part of a losing team back in 69. The first year the award was given out, the only time still it went to the player on the losing team. He was part of the NBA's 75th anniversary team. He played with Elgin Baylor and Wilt Chamberlain. The NBA is planning a pregame tribute to him before Game 3 of the NBA Finals tonight, the Celtics against the Mavericks. West was a two-time All-American at West Virginia, averaged 25 points per game, helped the Mountaineers to the 1959 NCAA championship game. He was named the Final Four Most Outstanding Player despite losing in the final to Cal. West also teamed up with Oscar Robertson to lead the U.S. to a gold medal at the 1960 Rome, Italy Olympics. Jerry West scored the most points in the NBA Finals in league history. Recorded the most 30-point games in the finals history. He's got 31. West, one of only 3 players, along with Magic Johnson and Hakeem Olajuwon, to win a Finals MVP, to name the NCAA Tournament Most Outstanding Player, and earn an Olympic gold medal. Mr. Clutch went into the Hall of Fame as a player in 1980, again as a member of the 1960 Olympic team in 2010. He will be enshrined for a 3rd time later this year as a contributor. But in the finals, his teams went 1-2 against the Knicks and 0-6 against Boston. Those damn Celtics, he often said.
Yeah.
That's what he said about them. Michael Jordan said he considered West a friend and mentor, like an older brother to me. I always wished I could have played against him as a competitor, but the more I came to know him, I wish I had him as my teammate, said Michael Jordan. West grew up in West Virginia shooting baskets until his fingers bled. He said basketball was his therapy. He battled depression his entire life, dealing with an abusive father while growing up. Said it never ceases to amaze me the places you can go in this world chasing a bouncing ball. That was when he was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2019, the nation's highest civilian honor, by then-President Donald Trump. My chase began in Chelian, West Virginia, where I strung a wire basket with a no net to the side of a bridge. If I missed the shot and it didn't go in, the ball rolled down a long bank and you'd be chasing it forever, so you better make the shot. He is 25th on the all-time career scoring list in the NBA, and he is never confirmed by the league that West is in fact the model for the logo, which is that player dribbling a ball set against a red and blue background, the silhouette. The league has never said otherwise. There's been a movement recently to replace West with Michael Jordan's silhouette, but probably not now for a while. So.
Well, I hope that the league will just say it is. Yes, we finally can announce it with this passing. Yes, in fact, it is. Just say it.
They like the mystery. Adam Silver came out today and said, we never said it is, but we never said it wasn't.
He's a pimp. Just give the man the honor. For God, everybody in the world says it's Jerry West, so tell them it's Jerry West. Dear God. So what's she's freaking people. I hate these people.
Professional eater Joey Chestnut says he's gutted over being banned for the Nathan's hot dog eating contest Independence Day over a beef about vegan franks.
Oh, boy.
He doesn't know how he'll stomach this. It's a hard pill to swallow, and will take a big bite out of his income.
Well, you're really on a roll there, I guess you're probably.
Yeah, thank you very much. A hot dog on a roll. I got that.
Oh, you
very
did get
good,
it. Thank
sir.
you so much.
Very good. I like that. Rory McIlroy seemed all set to divorce his wife, Erica. Looked like it was going to get messy. Papers served from the golfer to his spouse. Then rumors came out of Rory having an affair with a TV reporter. Now an attorney representing the 4-time major champ filed a motion yesterday to voluntarily dismiss the divorce petition that was filed in the Florida court last month. McIlroy says he's reconciled with his wife of 7 years and the case is closed. There have been rumors about my personal life recently, which is unfortunate, he said in a statement. Responding to each rumor is a fool's game. Over the past weeks, Eric and I have realized that our best future was as a family together. Thankfully, we have resolved our differences and look forward to a new beginning.
No.
Can you see incriminating evidence of an affair, boys and girls? I knew that you could. Rory practiced today for the U.S. Open. Did he have his wedding ring on or not? What say you?
I say yes, he did.
He did not have his wedding ring on.
Well,
today.
She's obviously still cheating on him then, clearly.
She just showed him photos, I'm sure.
I don't have any idea.
That's all she needed to show.
I don't know if he's banging that girl from the... And by the way, that she's not some big hottie. I saw her. I know. I've seen her.
She's good looking.
She's attractive. Absolutely. She's built. I mean, she's a girl. But I don't
She's
know.
a woman.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
Leave it to the Germans to come up with a way to defeat those annoying drones that fly over stadiums and disrupt play. The Krauts have invented a machine that looks like a cross between a T-shirt cannon and a bazooka. When pointed at the drone, it literally stops any signal being sent to it and allows the policeman to take control and gently bring it down to earth.
Real? Whoa!
Yeah. Those uncanny Germans. I sure hope they don't go mad and use their ingenuity against humanity. That would be bad. I hope that never happens.
Maybe like a big one used on planes flying above or something if they don't like.
Seriously,
I mean,
they hold it on their shoulder, and
Yeah.
it takes control, and they bring it down to the ground.
That's kind of an AI thing with talk about holy moly.
I think it's pretty cool.
Oh, geez.
I think Dr. Ferdinand Porsche designed that before he croaked.
Oh.
Anyway, as Kimmer told you earlier during his sports segment,
sorry,
trans narcissist bully Leah Thomas has been told to go kick rocks. The world governing body for swimming says it cannot swim in the Paris Olympics. So go home.
Yeah.
That's what they're telling them.
There you go.
How positive an effect has Caitlin Clark been to the WNBA? Well, Sportscasting.com has gathered data from the first month of their season. Clark and the Fever account for 34% of the total attendance this year.
Wow.
In the WNBA. That's the entire league. When she plays, their games have an average of 15,500 fans. When she's not on the hardwood, games average just 7,000 fans in attendance.
Wow.
The Fever averaged 36% more fans on the road than any other team in the league. So, hey, Angel Reese, keep your delusion that it's all about you, lady.
Yeah, God.
It's all about Caitlin.
Snotty.
And your baseball quote of the day comes from former manager Whitey Herzog, who once said this about former Braves lefty Ken Daly when he pitched for the Cardinals. Quote, "He got hit so hard I had to get all the married men off the field."
I'm not even sure what that means.
Can you imagine hearing that? Your manager saying that about you in the post-game press conference?
Hell,
And there's sports.
Jeez. Well, there's not quite sports. We have a little bit more here, Pete Davis. On this day in 1939, it's a double whammy, actually. 1939, the Baseball Hall of Fame opened in Cooperstown, New York. In 1939, where legend has it, baseball had been invented by Abner Doubleday exactly 100 years earlier to the day in 1839. The first players inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1939 were Babe Ruth, Ty Cobb, and Honus Wagner.
Walter Johnson.
Yep, those are the first four. I don't have the whole list. Those are the first
There's a few more.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Christy Mathewson, I think, was part
I think he probably was. On this day, 1985, the great one, Wayne Gretzky, is winner of the National Hockey League Hart Trophy, the most valuable player. 1991, Chicago Bulls win their first NBA championship. 91, first Bulls championship, beat the LA Lakers 4-1. 97, interleague play finally happens in the major leagues in baseball, ending 126 years of a tradition of not knowing the other league until the World Series. You would think, I mean, what a stupid thing to not be able to see the other players of the other teams for 126 years.
There was also a little magic to it as well, but it was a shame that no one got to see a Ty Cobb or a Ted Williams or a Babe Ruth in the National League. Well, they saw Babe at the end of his career in the National League Parks, but still.
True. And one sports birthday, Marv Albert. Yes. The net biter,
backbiter,
and now and again he was he cannibalized this chick. He was eating this girl, and he
wasn't eating her. He was biting her back.
Yeah, well, okay, so she called the cops, and he got arrested and got charged with a crime. Didn't he go to prison or something? He got kicked off of NBC, and then they let him back on again.
They let him back on. Of course they did.
Yeah, well, she wanted it. She was asking for. Oh, sorry, coming up. Well, sometimes if you give them a little nibble and they go, ooh.
Yeah, okay, nibble's one thing. I've never known, as the crazy, weird, perverted women I've known in my life, none of them has ever asked me to bite.
No. The little nibble, the Kimmer nibble, to me, is it's a little bit of a treat. And you see where it goes.
Kimmer nibble?
Well,
what's that different than a real nibble?
5:30, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder here.
Kimmer Beatles?
106.3. I did the nibbling of this.
I'm trying, my friends, I'm trying really hard to live up to the precepts of that wonderful book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Flip.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watch Company, where quality and value make the difference. Locally owned and located in Sandy Springs, offering you the finest selection of unique diamonds, sapphires, rubies, and emerald jewelry, as well as other fine gemstones. Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches has been servicing Rolex watches for over 30 years, and their Rolex-trained watchmaker will service your watch in their state-of-the-art Rolex service center in their store. Lee Brandt uses only genuine Rolex parts, and their estimates are free. Drop by Lee Brandt in the Trader Joe's Shopping Center in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com.
Get ready for unfiltered conversations on The Janelle King Show, where we tackle the topics that you won't hear at your family gatherings, but they're absolutely crucial for a strong republic. Don't miss us live every Saturday at 3 p.m. and every Sunday at 9 a.m. right here on Extra 106.3. But if you can't tune in, that's okay. You can catch new episodes every Tuesday on the Podcast Park or wherever you prefer to get your podcasts. Join us for these discussions, and I can't wait to meet you there.
Don't miss the Atlanta Mushroom Festival, Sunday, June 23rd at Park Tavern in Piedmont Park. Beginning at 12 p.m. and ending at 7 p.m., this dog and family-friendly event features live music, educational speakers from the CDC and Emory, and over 30 mushroom-themed vendors. Early bird tickets are only $10, which directly supports the nonprofit festival. For more information, visit AtlantaMushroomFestival.com or Atlanta Mushroom Festival on all social platforms.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles, with an auto warranty about to expire, or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-627-3604. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-627-3604. That's 800-627-3604. What do you have to lose? Call 800-627-3604. Again, 800-627-3604.
I can't find my music list. My God, where'd it go? Seriously, I mean, I can't believe it.
Just make it up.
No, really, I can't. I can't be gone. It's right. I haven't left the play. I haven't left my seat. Oh my God! Hey, this is the Supremes.
Maybe.
Let's see. 1965, the Supremes scored their 5th consecutive #1 single, the first American group to accomplish that feat. Their 5th consecutive #1, Back in My Arms Again, went to the top of the charts. Wow, what a group. What a super group. I can't think of a bad song. Diana Ross and the Supremes, man. And Back in My Heart Again. Honestly, God, I'm going to figure out where the hell my sheet. Well, I can't. It's gone. My music sheet. It's right here. I mean, it's got to be here somewhere. Seriously, I've just something bad happened. Did somebody take it? Did you sneak in here?
It was a surgical strike. They came in there and only took your music.
I can't believe it. Anyway, I do have some of my history stuffs here. I don't know where the hell where'd it go? I mean, I can't believe this.
I'll just do the history.
All right, here we go. I'll save that one for later. Let's see. Forget that one for later too. Here we go. 61 years ago, 1963, civil rights leader Medgar Evers was assassinated by the white supremacist in the driveway of his home. The 1996 movie of Alec Baldwin starring in Ghosts of Mississippi was about the killer's trial. Bob Dylan wrote Only a Pawn in Their Game about that murder. That was 1963. On the same day, 1967, the Supreme Court ruled that states do not have the right to bar interracial marriages. And speaking of interracial murderers, 1994, this was the day that O.J. Simpson tried to slice his ex-wife's head clean off. He damn near did it. He also butchered her friend Ron Goldman just because he was returning her sunglasses she'd left behind. O.J., of course, got away with it here on Earth, but now down below, I guarantee he's running those sprints while he's on fire. I don't think there's any question about that. 404-741-1230, 404-741-1230. tomorrow. Honestly, I can't believe where the hell did it go? It's a sheet of paper with the last music things on it.
No one cares. Let's just move on. Let's move on.
I'm just my head's exploding. Something bad happened. Okay. I want to repeat one of our top stories earlier today, which I think is probably true and explains a lot. The UFO mystery, what is actually going on among us on Earth? Well, some Harvard scientists say we think we know. A new research paper says there's a chance that the UFO mystery can be crypto-terrestrial, which means they belong to an advanced species hiding here on Earth. 80% of our oceans, they say, are unmapped, still revealing ancient mysteries like the Yonaguni-jima Japanese Atlantis. Not to mention unexplored caves, the dark side of the moon. There's plenty of space for a stealth civilization. They say if another intelligent species had inhabited Earth or Mars long before Homo sapiens, it's possible we could have no idea. The trio notes in their article set to appear out this month. They say that one region dubbed the Alaskan Triangle, remote, sparsely populated near Anchorage, Juneau, and another city I can't pronounce, they describe as a prominent hotspot for UFOs as well as other oddities, and they have apparently found out that there were 20,000 unexplained disappearances in that part of Alaska. They didn't explain what that means by that. They described a massive submerged stone structure discovered by a diver off the coast of Jima in Japan, with marine geologists arguing it might be the remnants of a 5,000-year-old pyramid from a Japanese Atlantis. Habitable regions underground may remain to be explored, some right conditions to support life. The internal structure of Earth is still mostly a mystery. They say it's entirely possible hundreds of miles below humanity, there's another species or even a branch of Homo sapiens could have adapted to live underground. They probably would look nothing like us, but they're saying a similar speculation of a hidden UFO base underneath Mexico's city of Altixco, or how you pronounce that, and become a UFO hotspot. Other candidates say the base is deep underwater, ocean trenches, dark side of the moon, built by ancient advanced terrestrial race, or our long-term extraterrestrial co-inhabitants.
Lizard people living underground.
People. Yeah. I mean, how do we know? There could be a whole, I mean, nobody's been to the center of the Earth.
The mole men.
I mean, we know that. Hey, molten lava.
Jules Verne.
Yeah?
Jules Verne wrote about it. Journey to the Center of the Earth. Edgar Rice Burroughs in his Pellucidar books. They've all written about this stuff.
Now, we're supposed to know that isn't the center of the Earth just molten lava? Isn't the center of our Earth all hot, steamy lava? They say, but no one's ever been there. Has anyone ever been to this? Have anybody drilled?
Well, it's iron based. It's an iron core, molten iron.
That's what they say.
That's the heaviest.
Well, maybe that's what the UFO guys don't want us to think. They've surrounded. It's like Superman with a lead shield for kryptonite, and the UFO people down under the earth have shielded themselves with all this lead stuff, so we'll never get to see them. I think that's what happened.
That's a working hypothesis that you have.
Well,
yes,
you
indeed.
Prove me wrong, mister.
Not yet.
539. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder.
I don't have enough liquor in this house.
404-741-1230. Oh, by the way, thank you, Flounder. I really, this is incredible. What a treat this is.
Did you find it?
No. No, I honestly, I'm going to, before I leave, I'm not going to leave here without that piece of paper. It's got two.
So I brought it up again.
No,
Keep moving.
I mean, I seriously don't
Keep
believe
moving.
it. Okay. As you know, I do not use a computer to print and type things. I have my IBM Selector typewriter. Problem is, Staples near my house no longer sells typewriter ribbons. They no longer, what do you call these? They go into the big
cartridges.
You go into the IBM Selector, and and they stopped selling them. So I was freaking out. So I went to Flounder. It's like months ago, and he said, "Oh, I'll figure out." So he looked up on the internet, and we found it doesn't say IBM Selector 3 or Wheelwriter on here, but it matches the style of what works in my typewriter. So, and Flounder found them for me, and so he ordered me a couple. So now I have two more. So I got at least another 3 or 4 months of typing on my typewriter left, and I got a couple more left at home too.
It doesn't say IBM on it because some poor kid in Suriname,
in Vietnam is
making that by
a dozen before he can go home. 12 more, you little bastard! I'm sorry, mommy. Anyway, thank you, Flounder, and so you orders me stuff, and I paid for you, obviously. Okay, 404-741-1230. Also, you'll be happy to know that the authorities have caught 8 members of ISIS getting into America. Yeah, 8 members of ISIS. And luckily, after all the 9.5 to 10 million people who have come in here under the Joe Wash Your Daughter administration, only 8 terrorists have been across the border. I think we can rely on the fact that only 8 ISIS members have crossed in the last 4 years. Clearly, with the millions of people, they've caught 8. So I think that's a great sign that only 8 people were able to temporarily sneak, and they caught them all. So the FBI has done such a great job of getting all those terrorists coming across our border since they got the 8 ISIS members, by the way. And here we go again. The FBI, how is it I'm going to try to slow down. I'm sorry, try to calm down. How is it possible that the FBI has not, from the beginning, had federal agents at the border arresting people who are sneaking across illegally? Seriously. It's a federal crime. The federal Gestapo of investigation investigates federal crime. If they had agents on the border, these people would have been arrested, put in holding camps, and sent the hell back home.
You can't do that and arrest grandmothers at school board meetings and grandmothers who walked with an American flag through the halls of Congress.
Yeah.
You can't do both at the same time.
Well, you need more FBI agents, obviously, to get all that done. I guess
they're doing this on purpose, so when there's more attacks, no matter who's doing it, they can crack down on all of us. So more control.
I mean, it's astounding. I'm seriously, how nobody has explained why federal agents have not been enforcing federal law at the border. I'm seriously.
Yeah, they don't care. They don't care how many Americans lose their lives with fentanyl or anything.
But that's not doing your duties. That's a dereliction of duty.
The federal empire is a joke.
You know, honestly, it's just so appalling to me that they're still getting away with it. Does the mainstream media not show the pictures of all these millions of people coming across the border every day? No. Does nobody in America know it's happening? Do they just think it's fine? Or, oh boy, look at all those wonderful new Americans. I mean, I can't believe it. Nobody can think this is good for the country.
There's a Twitter fight going on right now between the New York Times and the New York Post. The New York Times is finally admitting that all those people, those spies that came out about the Hunter Biden laptop were probably wrong, considering that he's just convicted from the evidence from that laptop. So the New York Times admitted that in this long article, I think today or yesterday, but in it, they attacked the New York Post, which told us from the beginning and got banned and censored that it was real. And they basically said, well, the New York Post had some of this right, but a lot of their facts they put out does not pass the test of scrutiny. So the New York Post wrote back, point out where that it didn't pass the point of scrutiny from the likes of you.
And they can't.
So, that's what the mass media does.
The New York Post was responsible for outing the Hunter Biden laptop story.
Yes.
And linked with Giuliani and the guy, but it was a New York Post that did it. And everybody else was getting Pulitzer Prizes and Nobel Prizes for talking about Russian collusion, which all was a bunch of crap. And the New York Post is getting blasted because they're the ones who actually outed the truth. And again, the FBI Director Christopher the Cossack Ray, the disgrace of Atlanta, knew the Hunter laptop in 2019 was real. And yet he allowed or even forced, I think he probably forced those members of the FBI and the intelligence community all knew the laptop was real. And they signed that document anyway. If it had been under oath, they all committed perjury. They all knew the laptop was real, but they said, "Well, we didn't tell a lie in our 51 people signing the document. We just said it has all the elements of Russian disinformation. We didn't say it wasn't real." So that's how they get away with it. But now they're doubling down, saying it was really good for America to warn people about Russian disinformation, even though it cost Trump the election.
Senator Ron Johnson isn't buying it. He just tweeted, the FBI was forced to admit the Biden laptop was real and not a Russian info operation. The 51 intelligence officials who interfered in the 2020 election by fraudulent letter carried out their own information operation against the American people and must be held accountable.
He must have been listening to our show. I mean, there's no reason that those people shouldn't be held to account by being charged with trying to influence a federal election. Deliberately and knowingly, they were helping the Biden campaign. And everybody knows it. There was no danger to America, Russian collusion crap. They were doing it to politically help somebody win the election. That's against the law. I mean, it's just, and the FBI.
And the mainstream media is still backing it. It's still backing it.
That's right. former department, Defense Department officials, intelligence officials, from the highest ranking guy, Clapper, Brennan, all those guys.
Brennan,
yeah,
the former communist. Yeah.
I know. Unbelievable. I mean, it's just, it's un-American. It's treasonous. And they got away with it. Just the same way they got away with a coup that forced Donald Trump out. I mean, that's what started it. The Hillary Rodham P. Stinky Fart Cabbage and Jake Sullivan, who's still working for the government, came up with a phony letter and said, yeah, release it to the press on the Russian collusion thing. Okay. There you go.
That's like H.R. Haldeman and John Ehrlichman being part of the Reagan administration after what happened at Watergate, bringing Jake Sullivan in.
Being rewarded for it. Exactly. Jake Sullivan, one who brought it to Hillary, who said, oh, yeah, let's give this to the press. 546, Kevin Pete and Flounder. Flounder's Funny's coming up, and, well, even more. Yeah, look out. Here we go. Stand by.
Atlanta radio legends collide on Extra 106.3. The legend Neil Bortz is live every week with Atlanta legend The Kimmer. Because when you get these two guys together, who knows where we'll end up?
I am shocked. Well, not that shocked.
The Kimmer is live on your drive home every weekday afternoon from 3 to 6. And now Neil Bortz joins the show every week. And if you miss it, catch up anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Hey, it's Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Exmark. Exmark has been building lawnmowers that pros use for 14 hours a day, yet they feel like they're in the seat of a luxury automobile. That is the real-world testament to Exmark comfort. Exmark has over 3 decades of leading-edge engineering and good old-fashioned work ethic to create a product that is the #1 choice in lawnmowers for professional landscapers and large acreage owners. Stop by Howard Brothers today and get in the seat of an Exmark mower. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Exmark and Howard Brothers.
It's the unsung hero of your home, your garage door. You never think about it. You just hit the button and it opens until it doesn't. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. So you're ready for a new garage door. At All Four Seasons, we offer fast service, affordable prices, and a huge selection of styles, colors, and custom features. Improve your curb appeal, lower your energy bill, secure your home, and increase your property value. When trust matters, trust us. All the #4 Seasons Garages.com.
Hey sandwich lovers, today's your lucky day. There's a whole new way to roll for lunch or dinner delight with Nucky's Hoagies in the Roswell Corners Shopping Center. Now open. Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell is family owned and operated by the Sub-Sisters, Stacy and Shannon, whose love language is food and Nucky's Hoagies, their passion. When you bite into a Nucky's Hoagie, you'll taste the difference. The softest hoagie rolls ever, along with hunger-quenching sandwich combinations. Make Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell on Woodstock Road your new favorite spot for lunch or dinner.
Hey there, Atlanta sports fans. Home team Brandon Leak here with Sonder Health Plans. You know, I've been singing praises about their Georgia-based Medicare Advantage health plans, and now they're stepping up their game with new health plans that include home safety and accessibility modifications. Call them up right now and ask if you qualify for their fantastic $400 grocery card offer and $0 premiums. Call 800-331-2928 or visit SonderHealthPlans.com. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
Did you know that one of the largest U.S. flags in the state of Georgia stands proudly in Pure Talk's parking lot? And it's in honor of that flag and what it stands for that Pure Talk is supporting America's Warrior Partnership in their mission to prevent veteran suicide. Ask a vet. The transition to civilian life can be difficult, especially in this economy. Access to housing, employment, and even their earned VA benefits can be difficult. That's where America's Warrior Partnership steps in by providing fundamental needs to our warriors. You can help this great cause simply by switching to Pure Talk before Flag Day. Choose a wireless wireless company who shares your values. Upgrade your cell phone service to America's most dependable 5G network for just $20 a month. Dial pound 250 and say Pure Talk, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you make the switch. Dial pound 250 and say Pure Talk for superior cell phone service that's half the price of Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile, and to help a vet in need.
Giddy and go, little darling. Giddy and go.
It's good to see you, baby. It's been a long, long while. We're both a whole lot older and seen a lot of miles. But things are really different now since the good old days. And you've been in some trouble since we went our separate ways.
1952, this is Junior Brown. Country guitar player and singer. Junior's signature instrument is the gilt steel double neck guitar, a hybrid of electric guitar and lap steel guitar. In 1996, he won the CMA Country Music Video of the Year for the My Wife Thinks You're Dead, which featured 6'7" Gwendolyn Gillingham. The gilt guitar, double neck guitar with a part electric. I'll be damned. Well, cool. Let's see. A couple of birthdays here. Remember the song Bitch? She's a bitch. I'm a whatever. The Meredith Brooks sang that. She's 66 today. Bun E. Carlos is 74. Yeah. Rock and Roll Hall of Famer. Cheap Tricks. Chubby, glasses-wearing, goateed former drummer. He also helped, it says here, Tinted Windows, the most random supergroup ever. His bandmates were Taylor Hanson, former Smashing Pumpkins guitarist James Ina, Fountains of Wayne bassist Adam Schlesinger, who died from COVID. But this guy, Bun E. Carlos, is 74. Cheap Tricks guy. And one more, Timothy Busfield, 67. The redhead Elliot on 30-something. Poindexter, Revenge of the Nerds. And Danny on West Wing, the reporter. Timothy Busfield, 67 years old today. A couple of quick history thing here. Hold on a minute, I gotta get my froggy. There we go. 1897, Carl Elsner invented a pen knife that had some extra stuff on it. It later became known as the Swiss Army knife in 1897. 1923, the incredible Harry Houdini got hoisted upside down, suspended in the air 40 feet above the ground in a straitjacket, and got out of it. They still don't know how he used to do that stuff. Now, 1935, Louisiana Senator Huey Long gave the longest speech on record before the Senate. It was about sharing the wealth and Social Security, stuff like that. Huey P. Long, the speech lasted 15 hours and 30 minutes. 150,000 words in the speech. And Edward Cox and Tricia Nixon married in the White House Rose Garden on this day 50 years ago, celebrating their 50th anniversary. There have been 18 White House weddings since 1812, and they're still married, living in Long Island, by the way, Tricia Cox and Edward, her husband. Okie dokie, 404-741-1230. It's 5:53 already. And let's see, here we go again. I don't know what to make of former House Republican Speaker Paul Ryan. He's now going around claiming that Donald Trump is simply unfit for office. He was on Neil Cavuto on Fox. By the way, Fox is really turning into something that I don't half recognize half the time. Anyway, Neil Cavuto, I've never liked him anyway. And he has Paul Ryan on saying that Donald Trump is unfit for office. He said he's just unfit for office. He's a scandal and a shame. Well, a Republican congressman named Troy Niels from Texas is a little upset about that because Paul Ryan said that Donald Trump has cost the party a lot of seats. And Paul Ryan now sits on the board of Fox Corporation. Well, the Republican Congressman Troy Niels says, oh, no, wait a minute. He wore a Trump T-shirt with a mugshot on it talking about the State of the Union. He said he condemns Paul Ryan, saying, Paul Ryan, you're a piece of garbage. You're a piece of garbage, and we should kick you out of the party. Don't go spouting your mouth off and saying that you're a conservative. You're spitting in the face of the leader of our party. I mean, grow up a little bit. I mean, what's the point of Paul Ryan going and trying to stop Donald Trump from winning, and he's a Republican? I mean, what the hell is this all about?
He's the epitome of the Republican Party. Losers.
God. I mean, seriously. It's astounding.
They like losing. As long as they get theirs. Paul Ryan's got generational wealth now. He's on the board of Fox. He's got his. Screw the rest of us.
He's on the board of Fox. Man, it's just absolutely outrageous. Anyway, one quick thing I did mention. I found this earlier, and I don't know how I feel about this. I kind of think it's wrong. Clayton County teachers. Now, it turns out they're trying to attract staff and retain people they already employ in the school system in Clayton County. So from now on, if you're a Clayton County teacher and you don't skip work, they're going to give you $2,500 a year extra. If you don't skip work, they'll give you $2,500 as a bonus for not skipping work and faking an illness. If you miss one day, you get a $1,000 bonus. If you fall short of perfection by 2 days, you get $750 each working period. We're working our gut level best to make certain we're the district of choice by making certain we are compensating you appropriately, making inroads toward that. You don't have any money, so but again, you should be doing your job. What are you being rewarded for not skipping school? I mean, come on. And by the way, it's not like you're not going 12 months a year with 2 weeks of vacation like me, okay? You got 2 weeks of vacation for a year. Please. What?
No complaint.
I'm not. I'm just saying. What the hell is this? You complain if they don't skip school for 6 months, 2 days out of 6 months, you get $2,500.
In 2012, since then they started paying attention. The pay in Chicago has gone up 97% in schools. The amount of money spent on students in their schools has gone up 97% in the last 9 years. Their grades overall have dropped from 60 to 80% in all their schools.
No question about it. Well, because where the money's going, and again, the wokeness and
teachers unions,
the teachers unions.
That's
right. That's right. Oh, mercy. 556, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And again, the Democrats are saying that the verdict in the Hunter Biden case just proves that there is no collusion. There's nothing wrong with the Department of Defense. Everybody's right. It's Donald Trump. It's Donald Trump who's going to put us in concentration camps. Donald Trump, who's the dictator. Donald Trump, who's going to perform. There are actually leaders in the Democrat Party and on MSNBC and CNN who are actually saying that Donald Trump is going to end up killing people. That his followers are, if he doesn't get elected again, he's going to end up killing people. And if he is elected again, he's going to put his enemies in concentration camps. And he's going to be a dictator. And I love the one where they say, well, if he gets elected, he's never going to leave. He's just going to stay there forever. Yeah, that would happen. I mean, it's just. I don't understand any of this stuff.
Did he forget to do all those things the first 4 years?
Well, I was going to say he had his chance. He was right there, and he had everything. I mean,
where were all we got was peace and prosperity. Damn him!
I know. And the Democrats are saying, boy, this really is going to hurt Trump. The Hunter Biden thing is going to hurt Donald Trump. Good Lord. By the way, the White House is not ruling out Biden commuting his son's sentence. So I told you this was going to happen. When President Showers with daughter was asked about pardoning his son, he said no. He never said anything about commuting the sentence. He could still have him get away with it. How Flounder's Funnies for Nucky's Hoagies. Here we go.
This annoyed me. I was on the phone with somebody today trying to get a phone number from that person and write it down, but they didn't have phone number rhythm, and that pissed me off. Talking about phone number rhythm, especially if there's like an area code involved, like 212 bum bum ba bum ba bum ba. That is the rhythm I think we're all familiar with. This guy had no clue. I was like, okay, Hank, give me the number. He's like, all right, it's 2129. 15 8 11 6 42 Did you throw in your zip code? Because I got a lot of extra numbers over here. I have extra. I can almost start a new number. What do you got? Start again from the top. They really screw you up on the last four numbers. That's where they get you. 555 6 1841. Dude, I already wrote the 6.
Hey, who's that, Flounder?
Kevin James.
Kevin James, of course. Anyway, hoorah, Semper Fi, gotta go, you're killing me. Tomorrow with Pete Davis and Flounder and Shannon Burke and Neil Bortz and Christine Sing Me Home, baby. I'm yours.
W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Locally owned and heard throughout Georgia on the Extra app.